All has gone quiet in the inner worlds. With the fall of Isla the Hutt, the Mandalorians now have complete control over the Outer Rim. With the threat of the Sith now a looming enemy, the group has managed to settle some old issues. Held on tribunal, both Song and Katra were handed down punishments for their roles in the events thus far. With Katra set to be exiled from Mandalore to Nal Hutta, tens of thousands of requests for tribunal have flooded the offices of Mandalore Vizsla. However, things have begun to happen quickly now. Sifu Rook has been engaged to Jorah Saxon in an attempt to stave off rebellion, while Stumpaka remains missing in action. And now, a woman by the name of Amara journeys to Mandalore in a desperate bid to defect from the Sith Empire. And that is not where we'll pick up, because we are going to actually go a little bit back in time. 3 years, in fact, back in time. Stumpaka, you...
3 years ago.
This is 3 years ago. You have been speaking with Jiru Gan, who is the leader of the Jedi Rangers right now, or as close to a leader as the Jedi Rangers have. He has offered to allow you to join the Jedi Rangers, thinking that while you did not seem to jive particularly well with the Jedi, he thinks maybe the Jedi Rangers would be more of a fit for you. You obviously told him, you didn't want to make a decision right then and there, and have had some time to think about it. And so, what are you up to? It has been about 2 weeks since Song and Katra departed for to go hunt Isla the Hutt, and about the same amount of time almost since Sifu and Daenerys left for Parts Unknown.
Well, given some time to think on Jiru?
Yep, Jiru is his name.
Jiru. Jiru's offer, I'm just gonna go up to him.
Mm-hmm. When you find him, he is actually assisting a younger Jedi, or a Jedi rather, probably around. He looks like he can't be more than 17 or 18. They don't do younglings. They do train Padawans just like a Jedi would. However, you don't become a Jedi Knight. You become a Ranger, and there is no Master after that. It's just you're a Ranger, and that's your rank once you've been trained and are trusted to go out into the galaxy and do your thing.
Can you be a Grand Ranger?
So they do have some form of hierarchy, because obviously Grandmaster Vandar kind of was a leader of them, but this guy has not taken that title. He still just calls himself a Jedi Ranger, even though he has been kind of elected as his group's leader right now. And he looks up to you and nods. Oh, Stumpaka, how are you today?
Doing well.
Good. Have you given my proposal any thought?
Yup.
And what will it be?
I think I need to see how strong you and the Jedi Rangers are before I make my decision.
That seems reasonable. I understand you have spent a long time away from the Jedi, and I don't know that you've had a ton of experience with the Jedi. What did you have in mind?
He doesn't say anything, and he just lights his lightsaber.
Oh.
Or takes his light axe off his back and lights it.
Oh, Sela would be upset with you.
No, not necessarily. He nods and looks to his Padawan and motions for him to take a few steps. Oh, and then he takes 3 steps away, and he's like, a few steps.
No, more.
No.
Just go up in the top in the booth.
Eventually, he's over by a tree, and then he's like, "Okay, that's perfect. That's great." And he's like, "What?"
Move away from the tree.
And he nods, and he'll take a couple steps back as well, and bring his lightsaber out, although he does not ignite it yet. And he watches you.
All right. Well, obviously this is a training or a duel, so I'm not trying to hurt him. But
make sure when you attack, you just specify
non-lethal damage.
Yep. Make sure you specify non-lethal damage when you attack.
Can I just specify that every attack I'm making is non-lethal?
Is non-lethal. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Excellent. So he will ignite his blade as you do yours, and I guess we will roll for initiative. You're both expecting it, so it's going to be cool presence.
God, I'm so not. Oh wait, no, I am cool. All right.
Let's see.
Haha. I got 2-2.
He's got 3-3, so he's going to go first. He is going to. Actually, no. He's going to defer his attack, and he's going to let you attack first.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna do what Wookiees do and just charge at him and do an overhead strike at him.
Great. The to hit him is going to be red, red, purple.
Red, red, purple. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
I
He
am.
is Nemesis 3.
Oh no 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 no.
Committing a force die for a brawn.
Okay.
Yeah, brawn. Red, red, purple, purple.
No, red, red, purple.
Red, red. Purple. Wait. So 3 bad ones.
Yes, 3 bad dice total.
Okay.
2 red and a purple.
Okay.
All right. 4 advantage, a triumph, and a despair. So the despair and the triumph are going to cancel.
Okay.
And 4 advantage. So that misses. As you can spend, I'll let you spend your advantage however you want to. However,
Spend some dark side.
as you run towards him, you take a ferocious swing of your axe, and he bends over backwards to avoid it, to dodge it.
Can I end that strike? I'm going to like kind of dip down and hit the ground and send a rock flying to hit his Padawan accidentally.
With the advantage, you want to do that?
Yep.
I'll take 3 advantage for that, but sure.
Sure.
As the rock, you see the rock go flying, and this Padawan is well trained. I mean, they're 16. They're probably going to be a ranger before much longer, and they hold their hand up and catch it. Not catching it, but with the force, they stop it and toss it aside.
Okay.
And now he'll attack as well.
Okay.
As he bends down, you see him spin around and take a slash at your leg before he comes back up. Your difficulty to hit is 2 purple. And do you have any defense on your armor?
Defense, no.
Okay, so it's gonna be yellow, 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 green against 2 purple. 4 advantage, Jesus. So he misses 2. This is embarrassing. He misses.
It's not embarrassing. It's narrative.
It's two masters.
Cinematic. There we
it's
go.
Very
That's the word.
cinematic. So he spins and takes a slash at your leg, and you, just in the same instant that he was able to dodge you, you jump to dodge his attack, and it's your turn.
I mean, I'd imagine it's a lot harder to do non-lethal damage with a lightsaber than it is to do lethal damage with a lightsaber.
They say, again, your Form 0 teaches you that you should only ignite your blade when you are prepared to kill.
Yeah, Stompy.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's
attack.
training, bro. Hold on. Well, yeah, we'll just go ahead and do another. Is there anything near me? Like, where are we fighting?
You are relatively out in the open. You're on Mandalore, which is unlike some of the planets you've been to. This isn't like Nalhutta or Terrace, which were all city. This is a planet that still has plenty of terrain. It's kind of a rocky planet, so it's pretty arid where you are. But there are rocks. There's a sparse tree every now and then that you might see. But yeah, there's a lot of rocks if that's what you're looking for. In the distance, you can see a city. The capital city is not too far from where you're at. They've all been kind of... They are... some of them are on the planet right now. A lot of them are a little bit skeptical of staying on Mandalore for too long, but...
Okay. Then, as I'm jumping, I'm going to just use that momentum and bring my light axe down on top of him.
Oh, nice. Okay, go ahead. Oof. All right, well, that's going to hit. What's the damage?
On my lightsaber?
Yeah.
6?
6 plus 1 for an extra damage there is 7, and it's a crit if you are wishing to crit. But I assume you're not going to try to crit him since he's since you're not trying to maim him. I take it.
Right.
You
Okay.
could use those to give him
You
bad
can-
dice, though.
Yeah, you can give him bad dice with that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Kind of like.
Bad dice.
Give him a black. He'll take a black dice on that.
Weighted dice.
No,
So
it
as
just
I,
seems so like childish. Give
As
him
I'm
the
like
bad
bringing my
dice.
axe down on him, I'm going to like use my force move power to just like throw some rocks to give him a bad die.
Okay, I like it. So as it comes down, this one he tries to jump back, but it does catch over his front a little bit, and he lets out a ah. But he does not seem too shaken by it. He is going to parry it a little bit, so he's going to spend 3 strain to reduce the damage by 6 and only take 1 wound.
Okay.
He has parry 3.
Pocket sand him again.
So he as he comes back and he takes the hit, he seems to acknowledge your ability with a lightsaber, and he is going to. Well, we're gonna see anyway. He rolls 3 white dice for this, and he is going to. It's a ranged attack. You're at short range. So he's gonna go. That's gonna be yellow, 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 green against 1 purple. All right, 2 light side. That's enough for what he wants to do. You're going to see him then lift up a rock, a silhouette 1 rock to be exact. Oh, wait. No, he can lift a silhouette 2 rock, actually. So he's going to lift up a silhouette 2 rock, and he is going to hurl it at you.
How big's a silhouette 2 rock?
So I'll put it this way. A person is silhouette 1, and a spaceship is silhouette 4. Your
So this
ship,
dude just lifted a boulder out. Where are you guys fighting at? That there's just boulders lying around.
we're like in an arid desert area. I told you that.
Okay.
What a tree be? Is a tree like 2 or 3?
A tree, like depending on the size of the tree, would be between 2 and 3 somewhere. Yeah, like because the Razorback's is a 4 silhouette. So he's gonna hurl a boulder at you, and it comes off from the side, and it does catch you in the side. It is 20 wounds, but he's not going to deal the full damage of it. He's not trying to hit you in the head or anything, so it's only going to be 10 wounds.
Okay, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a ranged attack, right?
It is.
Okay, sure. I'll take the wounds. That's fine.
Okay, your turn.
All right, so
And yes, if you drop a spaceship on someone, it is 40 wounds. The damage is 10 times the silhouette.
ease.
Yeah. Force power move can hurt like hell.
Well, yeah, but you need like something that's not willpower and or brawn for that, so I can't use it.
I think you need exactly willpower, actually.
Is it
Willpower
willpower?
I think force power is willpower, yeah. I think move is.
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay. I'm going to. So as he hits me with the boulder, I'm just going to.
Thank you,
I'll
Holly.
still obviously take the wounds, but I'm going to like kind of use the light axe to like carve the rock, so it's like going between me.
Yep.
And then as like the rock is like passing, the 1/2 of the rock is passing between me and Jiru. I'm going to kind of like use that as like a stealth cover and just swing my axe to the side and try to catch him off guard.
Yep. All right. Go for it. 2 red and a purple.
Oh, 2 red.
It's 2 red and a purple.
Purple.
Three advantage. All right. So you take another mighty swing with your axe. You carve through the thing, and it kind of splits off in 2. And each side of it kind of catches you a little bit, but not the full brunt of the impact anymore. And you swing through it, and in the dust of the rock being shredded, he's almost caught off guard, but at the last second, he senses your strike and just spins out of the way.
Okay. And I'm just going to force power pocket sand him again with the stuff for another bad die.
All right. So he's actually going to try and attack you with his lightsaber. I forgot to use it last time, so I'll use 2. I'll do 2 this time. Yellow, 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 green. And no, sorry. Lightsaber is yellow, yellow, green against 2 purples, and that's with 2 black die as well. Ooh, okay, 4 successes and 1 advantage. So this time, as he spins out of the way, he's gonna go and try and lay an attack on your hand. This would normally be an attack where he's attempting to cut your hand off. However, as you're just practicing, he's not going to cut your hand off. So the damage is going to be 10 wounds, cannot be soaked.
Okay, but I'm going to use my parry to suffer 3 strain and reduce it by
3.
by 3.
Okay. 7 wounds. What are you at?
17.
17. Are you still up?
Yeah.
Oh my god. What is your wound threshold?
20.
Oh my god. I'm going to tell you right now, Darth Vader's is 22.
He's a fucking 400-year-old Wookiee. What do you want from him?
It's fair.
Excuse me, at this point I'm 272.
Yeah, fair enough. Your
Middle-aged?
your move.
Damn it, Robbie.
Nope. At that point, I'm going to take my axe over my head and just turn it off, and then put it back on my back. Say, I've seen what I needed to see.
He nods and very quickly extinguishes his lightsaber. He is not a Jedi, but he was trained by one originally, so he is quick to be able to just kind of like disconnect from the fury of battle.
Mm-hmm.
He nods. You are very impressive and well attuned with the Force. Who's your teacher?
I'll just take my holocron out and just hold it.
As you take your holocron out, you notice it is glowing once again.
Shake it.
It seems to glow in a way that says, "Hey, fuck off."
Am I attuned with the Force properly? Ask again later.
Am I doing it? Fuck. Every time with you. God damn it, Sela. So he nods. That is quite a relic that you hang on to. It is a good sign that you have it. I will speak with the others. I have no doubt that they would be thrilled to count you among the Jedi.
In this day and age, teachers are in short supply, so I'll offer whatever I can.
Too true. And with that, he will bow and allow you to return to your room.
I'll bow and walk away. Along the way, I'm going to use my force move power to throw another rock at his Padawan.
His Padawan kind of like gives you like a
Stop it.
throwing rocks at me. All right. And when you return to your room, what do you do?
Well, clearly, I'm just going to go to sleep and have the day go out. No, I'll let the GM give me. I'm going to what's the word? Channel focus. What's the fucking word?
Attune?
Meditate.
Meditate.
Meditate with the holocron.
Okay.
Since clearly it wants me to do something with it. Jeez.
Of course it does.
Holocron.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, what color is it glowing?
Right now, a bright, vibrant blue. You begin to meditate. And as so many times before, the world begins to slip away. Your room seems to rush away from you. And in its place is that familiar blue nebulous void that you have found yourself in now a number of times. Just as the last time you were there, you do not see Sela and Mersu there. You see Espera Fens. And Sarah, are you good to go?
Yep.
She has a pupper in her lap, but
I have
okay.
a pupper in my lap with burrs again.
Oh, great.
I'm going to use force power move to throw the pupper.
No.
No, don't throw the
You
pupper.
instantly lose.
Take
You have
50
failed.
50 conflict.
Luna is silhouette 0, no damage.
Anyway. You have returned, Stumpaka.
I have.
And what have you learned?
Oh shit. Learn that attachment can make you stronger, but it could also make you weaker.
What attachments have you gained?
Fuck, it's been 2 weeks. What did I learn last time?
You can choose anybody. It's fine. Just make it. You just need to make a case for someone you've attached to and why it was significant. Yikes.
I said you were pretty much good to go because I would argue you have a valid argument for everybody at this point. So
Exactly.
Um,
There's no wrong answer other than saying none. Then I'd have to let you go.
He formed bond with the Gizka.
Oh my god, please say Ellie.
I mean, listen, you've been close to Ellie since the beginning.
Make your case of what she has done for you. Anyway, go on. He smiles sweetly.
I have attachment to everyone. To Song, Anaris, Galvin, Raven, even he looks conflicted for a moment, but I even feel a sense of attachment to those I haven't met yet. The ones that feel destined to train, teach.
Feel attachment to your future students.
Yeah.
And what have you learned through these attachments? How varied they are. This is an open-ended question.
I'm thinking.
It's okay, just letting you know.
Attachment. It makes you stronger. But you have to be able to control your attachment and not let it cloud your judgment. It's like the dark side in that way.
True. And the importance of these attachments, as dangerous as they are, to keep you rooted into the clear path in front of you. Is that right?
He nods.
Why? Stampaka. Congratulations. You have fulfilled the
Fourth, yeah.
the fourth trial of this of our lessons. Now, I must say, you are the only one of all who have come to this hologron that have passed this step. There is something very special about you, Stampaka. Now, I am no longer needed as this part of the teaching, so I will return back to Sela, but just know that what comes next is, well, it's hard to say be prepared, but I believe you have what it takes.
He nods.
He nods as well. It was wonderful to meet you, Stampaka. I have great hope in the things that you will accomplish with your students in the future. With that, she will fade away.
Sampaka, going forward, while in the same range band as an ally, you may upgrade your lightsaber checks once. When you
Ooh.
fight alongside others near you, you may upgrade your lightsaber checks. Only once. If there's like 4 of you there, you don't get to do it 4 times. But
Well, that's bullshit.
agreed. But yes, if you are in the same range band as an ally going forward, you may upgrade your lightsaber checks.
You now have acquired the power of friendship.
Is
Once
there a
Mhm.
is there a title for that?
Yes. My friends are my allies.
Cool.
As the nebulous void, that bright blue, begins to disappear, you once again feel yourself being pulled, as you always do when you awaken from your holocron visions. And you do awaken, your eyes open, but you are not in the room that you were in when you began to meditate. Around you, you can smell the scent of forest, but combined with rot. It is a swamp that you sit in. Heavy fog blankets the area, trees all around you. There are no there are no lights there, only the light of the moon shining through above the fog. It is quite dimly lit. However, you are able to make out enough. You look around, and in the distance, you can see a campfire.
Can I see anything around the campfire at all?
It's hard to make out, but you can make out the silhouette of a person. They appear to be cooking something.
Clearly, with my superior Wookiee sense of smell, can I smell what does it smell like?
You
Stompy, what do
set
you see with your Wookiee nose?
you smell the that kind of natural, like, not putrid, but that mixture of rot and fresh fallen rain that is common of a swampy area. And in the distance, you can smell something of a stew, maybe like mushrooms or something like that.
Okay. I'll trepidatiously walk forward towards it, towards the campsite.
You approach that campsite, and you hear a voice call out, "You need not worry. You may approach." And as you come into range of the campfire, you see a very old Twi'lek sitting on a log and looking towards you. He has bright blue flesh and a electrical burn pattern down one of her leku.
Do I know this person?
It looks like Sela, although
yeah,
maybe
that's
with like another 100 years on her. She's old.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like,
Yeah.
it sounds like Sela, but maybe I'm thinking
Yeah,
someone
no,
else.
it's her. She looks up and smiles. Oh. Long have I waited for someone to make it this far.
What happened?
You completed all the trials of the holocron and were brought here to where I awaited one who would.
I know, but what happened to you?
I've been here for a very long time. Oh, sorry, the dog yelped.
I didn't. Stompy just says. So, what's the next part of the training then?
She offers you a bowl of food.
Accept it.
She gets up and kind of shuffles over to sit next to you and sits down as she starts to eat as well. Long ago, long before, well, I'll put this. Hundreds of years ago, you were picked up by a Duros who was a Rodian, who was a terrible teacher. He failed you in every sense of the word. But
I've moved past it.
I know.
There are more teachers in the world than the one I was unfortunately saddled with.
Indeed. I've watched you with pride. You have learned how to control your anger and also to understand that true control of it doesn't exist. That is a difficult line to walk, and it's one that you have done so impressively. Now, I am here to complete your training properly. The galaxy has no more need right now of Jedi Padawans. It needs a Jedi Knight. And that is what you will be when you leave this place, if you wish to be trained.
I'm going to say, in this day and age, the world needs any Jedi can get, Padawan, Knight, or otherwise.
Yes. I have sensed many stars in the sky go out.
Also, people died.
That is what I meant, but yes.
I know.
She nods.
Metaphors.
Sampaka, I have not taken a student in many thousands of years. but I would be proud to take you as mine.
I'm willing to learn everything that you can teach me.
Excellent. She nods. Then we begin in the morning. Try and rest up. You'll need it. Time here passes as it would in the real world. Or, near as you can tell, this is the real world. Unlike the nebulous void that you've been in every time, you can smell things here. You hear things. There appears to be wildlife. As far as you can tell, you are on a planet of some kind. Not one you've ever been to. You sense the dark side's presence very strongly on this planet. It can be off-putting, and if you let your guard down, it can almost whisper to you. You always have to be careful when you're here. And for the next 3 years, you are trained by Sela Amirsu.
Oh.
She
Oh, wait. I'm not in the holocron anymore?
doesn't seem like it.
Oh, okay.
Took a portal somewhere and didn't even realize.
She is a absolutely brutal teacher. She has incredibly high standards. She spares you no opportunity to learn or to take a lesson. However, beneath all of it, you can sense an unflinching desire to help you succeed. She thinks nothing of the glory that it will bring her, only what she may be able to prepare you for. And for the next 3 years, she trains you every day. You learn more than you could have possibly thought about the Force. And specifically, she seems to focus on lightsaber combat, as it is her specialty, as well as your own. She helps you through the Juyo tree. It helps you to understand the idea of tapping in without giving yourself up to it. And at the end of 3 years, it has been a long road, longer than you ever imagined it would be. You find yourself having dinner one night. Once again, it is not a mushroom stew this time. You finally have been able to talk her into like hunting anything that might provide a little bit more flavor than just like the random mushrooms that you can eat on that planet. It's Dagobah. I'm just gonna say it. You're on Dagobah.
Please, I can't eat mushrooms again.
Exactly. She's like, she manages to find a bull toad and is able to get some meat out of it and makes a stew out of it. It's okay. It's super. I mean, it's
No
super
frog
okay.
spiders?
There's no frog spiders here. There are some spider labium that you can get,
at
but
one point, and Zombie's just like, I can't.
I can't do it. I can't
I'm
eat
not
the
strong
Gizka.
enough.
No one is. As you're having dinner that night, you've gotten well used to the feeling of the dark side on this planet. It is always present, always here. It is not. It's not like Korriban was, but it's noticeable at all times on Dagobah.
Is that canon?
What, the dark side? Dagobah's dark side of life? Yes. That's why Yoda. That's why Yoda hid there so that he wouldn't be able to.
Oh,
sense.
gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
That was part of the training too, wasn't it?
It
For one
was.
scene? Yeah.
It was when Luke goes into the evil tree. Yes, that is. It's because it's a dark side planet. While you're sitting there, though, tonight, you feel something different. A cold, a dark presence that has appeared on this planet. You haven't sensed it since you sensed Darth Toxus for the first time. That's the last time you felt this kind of cold, nagging, empty void. And as you look up, you can see that Sela has also sensed it because she's looking off in another direction.
What is it?
She offers you a smile and goes to stand up.
That's not good.
Sampaka, she bids you rise. It has been the honor of a lifetime to get to train you. I want you to know that. I hope that you have taken all I've had to teach to heart. You have learned to walk the line. And now you will be ready to teach others to do the same. Stampaka, Jedi Knight, you have my blessing and my favor. My charge is now yours. I'm very proud of you.
I just give a bow
And as she separates from you and takes a step back, you can see it come whizzing out of the dark tree line behind you, a spinning almost lightsaber that embeds in the back of Sela. You see the curved scythe blade come out the front of her. She lets out a kind of a cough. But she seems to have expected it, as if she knew this was the end of her. And she glances down at the scythe lightsaber that has embedded in her and is suddenly torn out of her from behind and whizzes back into the forest. She looks up at you, and you can already see the life beginning to leave her eyes as she utters her final words. Defeat her. And she drops to her knees and collapses. And sauntering out of the forest, you see this person approaching.
where am I looking? Where am I looking?
Should be on
Stream.
on my stream, yeah.
Stream.
Yeah, bring up stream if you're not watching it.
Oh no, my girlfriend.
Oh, for real?
Approaching you is a red-skinned Twi'lek, black markings tattooed all over her body, quite scantily clad, and holding in her hand a scythe lightsaber.
Scythe saber, if you
Scythe
A
saber.
scythe saber, if you will. And she approaches. Oh. She never did shut up. Greetings, Stampaka. Wonderful to meet you.
I just stare at her and calmly take my lightsaber axe and ignite it.
She grins. Ah, I see the bitch has taught you well. And she ignites her blade once more and nods. Very well, then. The last of her line can die finally. And roll for initiative.
Oh shit!
You're supposed to kiss her. Bring
We
her
have
back
to
from
have-
the dark side.
We have to have super cool sexual tension fight first, Robbie. Don't you know anything
right,
about
no, of
foreplay?
My bad. My bad.
Then you have to lift her chin with your blade, except don't do that in Star Wars because it'll just cut into her skin. That doesn't work.
Oh shit!
It only works in pirate times.
The crazy thing is, I just started reading Star Wars Legacies, and now I know who this character is.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
know.
really?
You know who Darth
Really?
Talon is, do you? Oh yeah. All right. So she's got 2 yellow and a green for her roll. For initiative check.
Clearly, I'll be no.
Why we didn't get parachute pants, Cade?
No, you do not know how much I wanted to have Cade Skywalker be the one who was on Ossus to meet you in Sifu.
I
I
would
see
have
you
expected
also-
that, honestly.
I see you also have that boss theme stuck in your head now. Because
I do.
I've been singing in my head this whole time.
I've got the stupid music stuck in my head. So bad. All right, she is gonna charge at you and make an attack.
Sure.
You have all your stats. It's been 3 years. You're fully healed and ready to go for this.
Yeah, okay, I figured.
Ooh.
I'm gonna die in one hit.
I doubt it. I don't. Her lightsaber, as cool as it looks, doesn't hit that hard. All right, and she didn't crit either because her lightsaber is crit 3.
What?
Wow,
Yeah.
my
What kind of
lightsaber's
lightsaber does she
better than
have?
hers.
Yeah, I know. Here's the thing: it's vicious 4. So if it does crit, it's a bad day.
Look,
but
it's like a Dark Knight. You're not gonna hit often, but when you do, make it count.
it's a nightmare. All right, she is going to hit you for 10 damage. 10 wounds coming your way.
All right. I'll use parry to take 3 strain and reduce that by 3.
All right, so it's going to be 7 coming your way instead.
7. And I don't soak anything, right?
No, you can't soak this.
Okay. 7. Ow.
Yep, her turn. Your roll against her is also going to be purple. It's red is your roll against her.
All right. Force die to my brawn. Oh. Yellow, 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 yellow. Green, green. Can I pretend that just imagine my 3 best friends, Sela, Espra standing next to me, and also Ellie to give me my my friends are allies.
No.
Shit. All right. Well, I'm gonna use a force die. Then.
Yep, go ahead. I love the
Fuck.
idea though.
You said red, purple.
Red is the roll.
Red, purple.
No, red.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, she only upgrades twice.
Okay.
3 success and 5 advantage. What's the crit rating on your lightsaber? 2?
2.
Okay. So that's going to be 8 damage on her. What's her parry? She has parry 3. So she's going to reduce that by 6 and take 2. However, she is going to take, I assume, a crit plus 10.
Yeah. Let's. I can put 2 crits into that, can't I?
That's why it's a plus 10. Crit plus 10.
Oh, I'm just gonna do 1 crit and then use the rest of the advantage to give her a bad die.
You only need 1 advantage for that, so you can do a crit plus 10 and do that with. Wait, you have 5, right? 5 advantage, was it?
Yeah. Can I give myself a blue die, or would it be a different round technically?
You can give yourself a blue die in your next roll, yes, if you want to do that too.
No, that's fine. I'll just do 2 crits and a bad die for her.
All right, roll a crit plus 10.
Tell me what to type.
Right. The command for that is we did it last session. We learned it there.
It didn't work.
No. It is Holy Jesus, where do we do this? Force powers. That's polyhedrals. That must have been the end of the session.
That could use too many dice and it goes nuts or something.
I think it's exclamation point. Yeah, it's exclamation point crit plus 10.
I'm dumb.
No, that's the right command.
Is the plus 10 maybe
Isn't there a
after
space?
crit? There
Maybe
you go.
maybe there's a space. Yeah.
It's crit space plus the number.
Fearsome wound.
Fearsome wound. Target increases the difficulty of all presence and willpower checks by 1 until the end of the encounter. Damn it!
That's actually really good.
That is really good, especially
Good.
because she attacks, or she her lights, or she does have good force powers. All right. So she's gonna take her crit, and she staggers back as you after taking the first hit. You just kind of through it and immediately attack her back. She's a great deal smaller than you, and she feels it when she gets a lightsaber axe put into her at any part.
Hell yeah.
So she is going to stagger back, but yeah, she's just going to attack you again.
Okay.
Yellow.
Man, I want to lightsaber fight someone. Raven, get ready.
Yeah, prepare yourself.
Ugh.
Oh, boy. All right. She is going to hit you.
Oh, did she do that to you?
Oh, yeah. So she is going to come back and hit you for a total of 7 plus 5 for 12 wounds coming back your way.
12, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go ahead and parry some of that, so I'll take 3
I
more
would.
strain. Now I'm up to 16 wounds.
Yep.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Das hurts.
Das hurt. Your turn.
All right. Let's go ahead and
Oh, wait. Hold up. 1 sec.
Oh, yeah, black die.
Yep. That's what I'm doing right now. All right. Never mind. You're good. Go ahead.
All right. Let's go ahead and Stompy just takes the wound or the hits, and he flinches a bit, but then he just does like a just like over or an underhead axe swing, just like kind of like golf ball swinging her to send her flying.
Okay. Yo, that's
Oh,
awesome.
wait a
It's fucking sick.
Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and use another light side for an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, and then red. I completely forget how to use my other thing. Okay.
All right, 5 successes and 2 advantage, so that's a crit.
Okay. Crit, and then I'm also going to embrace my hate.
Oh,
So I'm
boy.
going to use another destiny point, and I'm
Yeah.
going to suffer conflict equal to the dark side destiny points to add that much damage as a melee attack.
All right, so that's going to add 6 on. So that's going to add 6 to your already 10, so that's 16 coming her way.
Plus
Cool.
a crit.
Plus a crit. She's going to do her parry again, take 3 more strain to take that down to 11. She took 3 last turn, so that's up to 14 wounds. Holy shit.
4.
Yeah, so you do it. You sound. Go ahead and roll your crit first before we decide what happens here.
Okay, so because she has a wound.
Yep, it's a plus 10 because she already has a crit on her.
Okay.
Maimed. One of the target's limbs selected by the GM is permanently lost. Unless the target has a cybernetic replacement, the target cannot perform actions that would require the use of that limb. All other actions gain a black die. Okay, well that's, by the way, I love that they specify unless you have a cybernetic limb, as if you could just attach it in a round and be like, and here we go, jack that one on and let's go.
Joke's on you! I got 3 of these things.
Do I need to equip M3 with like an array of limbs to attach to people?
So, Juxta, she came at you and she attacked you for the second time. She cut you pretty deep with her lightsaber, but you took the hit. It cauterized immediately, and you just kind of glared at her, and then swung your axe down. And she thought you would be staggered a little bit at least, but you were not. And you swing your axe down and come up and cleave right through her arm that's holding her lightsaber. And the arm goes flying up in the air, and she yowls and staggers back and falls to the ground, just clutching at the stump of an arm that remains. It's basically been cut at about 2 inches below the shoulder, and that arm is gone.
I don't think she's gonna want to kiss you after this.
We could have been together.
She growls and just is
What?
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 No, just like the first time he meets her, he cuts off an arm. Then he's like, "We could have been together." She'd be like,
"What?
The fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm here to kill you." What? And she kind of glances down and looks up at you, seeing that you are basically now between her and her lightsaber. Ugh. She's gonna. You know what? Here's what she's gonna do on her turn. She's gonna go force power. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
The
Wow.
light flows through you.
Backfire.
Talon.
She rolls 5 light side pips. Okay, so
turn to the light side.
So she growls hatefully and just reaches her arm out, trying to grab her lightsaber and pull it back to her. And in that moment, she learns the lesson that Sela taught you on your very first time meeting, that the ultimate failing of the dark side is that when you need it most, it tends to abandon you.
It will abandon you.
And it did. She has nothing as she tries to reach and grab for it, and then she just puts her hand down. It just kind of hangs her head. Damn her. Damn her. She surrenders. What do you do?
Oh shit!
He just wants to make out with her.
Yeah. Oh God, that's
Bring her
not
back to
fair. She
bring her
can't
back.
surrender,
Bring her back to meet your friends.
but she's a bad guy.
Trust me, you don't want this chick hanging out with us.
Hey,
So was
so was Mina. Mina.
so was Darth Toxis and Amara.
Do I know anything about Darth Talon?
You know a little bit. The Force ghosts that you spoke with on Felucia, when you spoke with Sela and Esper's Force Ghost, she said that Darth Talon was a Twi'lek girl that she had chosen to train, and ultimately one that she had lost to the dark side. She had lost to a Sith Lord, and named Darth Krayt. And she had been warned not to train this girl, but she believed in her. She didn't seem angry when you spoke to the Force Ghost. She seemed sad.
Who seems sad?
Sela did when she talked about the Padawan that she had failed.
I know I don't have the Force power sense, but can I sense any good in her at all?
Yeah. Roll your Force rating and Force die for me.
I am committing one, so I would roll 1.
Yeah, roll 1 then.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to take a conflict and a destiny point to use that dark side pip?
Yeah, I'll spend. Do I have to spend a destiny for it?
A destiny point and a conflict for it, and a strain.
No, that'll be my answer.
Here's what you are able to sense without this. Of course, this planet is. Wait, what's your morality right now?
66, I believe.
Okay.
Yes.
So you don't have the free one. Okay.
No.
So here's what you are able to sense. This planet brings out the worst in everybody. It is meant to. It is a place that many Jedi over the eons have trained because of that nature of it. If you can survive here, you can survive anywhere. Or so the Jedi believed.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get a sense of what maybe remains of the Padawan that was once trained by Sela. But you do know that Sela would tell you that no one's ever really gone. There is good in everybody, even the worst. It's just how much has it been snuffed out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Stompy closes his eyes and he's got his axe in his hands, and he, remembering his master's last words, he turns off his lightsaber.
Indeed, her last words were defeat her. And as you do, your lightsaber goes away. And Darth Talon looks up at you, bewildered. But then she vanishes. And all around you, everything seems to dissipate and start to pull away at incredible speeds. And then... Sorry, I'll let you finish if you got something you gotta do.
It was all a dream. Callie, are you proud that I knew her real name?
That you knew whose real name?
Darth Talon.
Oh, Alamarar? Yes, I am
Yeah.
very proud of you. Look at you.
Quick Google tells me everything I need to know.
There you go. Alamarar was her real name. You're right.
10 XP?
No.
Damn it.
There was actually no wrong answer to what he just did. It just determined what ability he was going to get.
Ooh.
He got the better one. I mean, debatably, they're both really good. All right, welcome back.
Sorry about that.
No worries. All right, so as she looks up at you bewildered, she just fades away, and you find yourself being pulled away from this planet, away from Dagobah. And the next thing you know, you are in what was at one time your room on the Razorback. And we'll come back to you in just a little bit.
Ah!
Now, you do get an ability. You have completed your holocron. I'm sorry. That is something I actually do want to say right now. As you now sit in the room that was once your own, before you, you see the holocron that you've held. It has gone dark and lifeless. It has fulfilled the purpose that it was created to do many eons ago, to find someone new to teach others to walk the line. Its purpose fulfilled. It has given out.
Paperweight now.
Is it turned off forever?
It is. It's gone for good.
I broke it?
No, you completed. You did exactly what it was designed to do. Find a new teacher and then be done.
Oh,
Then rest finally. You may take for free the Vapod control ability.
Vapod control. Okay.
Yes. Now, on its face, that may not look great because it's only a 10 XP ability, but if you look on the tree, you'll see what you have to go through to get to the Vapod control ability. It is at the very end of that long, winding road around.
Oh,
you
yeah,
spell
that's
Vapod.
good. That's
Yeah.
like 100 experience between then.
Actually, I did the math. You would not get it by the end of this campaign if hadn't done it this way. If
Oh,
you had killed her, you were going to get the Geo Savagery ability. So
Okay.
those were the two opportunities that you were going to get. You were going to get one of them, but I'm glad you got the Vapod control one because that one is crazy good.
Okay.
So congratulations on completing your holocron. Now we'll get back to you in just a little bit. We're going to jump over to the rest of the party. Who is currently on the planet Mandalore. So welcome back to the present time. We are now 3 years again into the future. And
these Quentin Tarantino time cuts.
I know. It has been a weird week since the trial of Katra and Song. Katra is actually expected to leave Mandalore later today. It is the day that she has been set to be exiled to Nal Hutta. But something else has happened that is of importance that needs to be talked about first. For that morning, arriving from the planet Jakku is a girl by the name of Amara. You have all been summoned to Raven's main office to meet with this person as they arrive.
What does Raven's office look like?
Raven, what does your
Real
office look like?
It's probably a fucking mess right now.
Cool.
Considering I
enough.
got 200,000 bullshit things.
I thought it was only 3,000.
Neither of you are even close. It's like 21,000. But yes, I said over 20,000 have come in.
I think you need an assistant.
In the last, I'd say, week, over 20,000 requests for tribunal have come in, many of which are valid, certainly. Like there's like actual like blood feuds and like murders and like things that are things that people are trying to get justice for are happening. And there's a ton of them that are like ancient grudges that people are trying to settle now, some of which are probably had value at some point, and some of which it's like, okay, it's been 3 decades and I wasn't even born then, so fuck off. So yeah, those have been flooding your office nigh constantly. You have had to deputize like 20 adjudicators to even start trying to tackle these, and it's been a night.
Raven also probably would have done a thing of like, hey, this goes through your clan leaders first. And if they decide it's bullshit, it's basically the fine you get for calling 911 with bullshit.
Ever since that happened, a lot less have come in. You've definitely, like, after that first avalanche of them, you noticed it definitely slowed to a trickle after that. But yeah, you're all in this office as the door opens, and in walks a woman I will actually put her on screen to show you what she looks like. She is indeed wearing the uniform of a Sith officer. Where is she? There she is. This is what she looks like if you're watching on the stream right now.
Commander Shepard?
Kinda, right?
That is definitely my Commander Shepard.
So she is going to enter the room. She is flanked by on the right a large droid in gunmetal gray. The droid is bipedal and has one arm has been replaced by what looks to be a massive sniper rifle built into this thing's arm. The other arm is wielding a stun baton, but is otherwise a regular droid arm. Two things
catches things.
Two things you notice about this rather unusual situation. This person who is looking to defect is not wearing binder cuffs right now, which they absolutely should be. And the two Mandalorians who have been escorting her up are giving her a very wide berth. They are not anywhere near her. You've not typically seen Mandalorians intimidated before, but they seem to be. She enters in and nods her head politely. Hello.
Who all's here right now? It's the entire group.
Song, Galvin, Anaris, and Raven are there. Katra is not there. She's actually not made herself known today. You haven't seen her at all day, Raven.
Cool. That's going to be great for Raven's mood.
Yeah.
Shit, I just completely forgot her name.
Amara.
I assume?
She nods. Yes, my name is Amara. I'd give you my last name, but I abandoned it when I joined the Sith, so. No last name needed. She looks over and sees Galvin and just offers him a smile. It's good to see you again, Galvin. Look at you. You turned out great.
He just kind of tries to mask a laugh. Like he kind of chuckles a little bit, but kind of tries to make a more stoic face.
Oh.
Amara, good to see you again.
Oh, I don't know if you believe that for a moment. I was actually very uncertain of whether I would be greeted with a hug or a punch in the face. So, time will tell.
Well, it's hard to say. It's been 13 years.
13 years.
Lot happens in that time. Hell, a lot has happened in the last 3 years.
You're not wrong. That said, I wasn't around for most of it. I've been taking quite an extended nap, as I understand. Anyway, we all know why I'm here. I wish to defect and join whatever this is. And to that end, I need to discuss some terms of defection.
Might be good to start with what you're offering.
Excellent. I have two things to offer, and when my terms are met, they will both be yours. First and foremost, I will tell you everything.
As she's saying this, could I use? And I know this technically isn't the way that the rules as written are, but the way that the power is described, the force power may be used by an individual to feel what others feel. Can I use sense on her?
Yeah, you can sense on her, sure. She's not force sensitive, so she really isn't going to even be able to resist you on it.
I got one dark side. Oh yeah, okay. It says I just need to spend one to sense all living things within a short range. So
right. So if you want to spend that dark side point, it is it's going to be a destiny point, a conflict, and a strain.
That's fine.
All right, great. So you do sense her. You sense a couple things about her. One, she is fucking terrified. She does a good job of hiding it, but she is very nervous right now. Not nervous, sorry. She's genuinely afraid for her life. She's defecting, and that's terrifying. You don't sense really deceit in her, if that's what you're looking for.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna whisper to Raven that she can probably send the guards away as Amara's talking.
Okay. Raven, do you do so?
Subtly gesture Ideally, so Amara won't even pick up on it.
Amara
Screw
does-
you, Weirdbeard! He can
Wow.
upgrade to the DM.
Hey, sweet. More banked upgrades.
Wow.
Uh,
Come on,
Am-
she already has 2 upgrades and 7 dark side dice.
it's gonna be great.
God.
Amara does not notice. However, her droid does. You see immediately her droid look around. Threat assessment. Guards with 3 guards removed, our chances of survival in a firefight increase from less than 1% to, well, still less than 1%. She glances over. Thank you, M4. I'm hopeful a firefight won't be necessary. Pardon me. This is my companion, M4LK. You asked what I am offering to you. I can.
Son.
I
And
could.
who's that for?
Uh,
Got another one.
yeah. Oh, great.
Oh, that's inspiration for you, Raven.
There you go.
Or
You would
up-
ask what I have to offer you. I will tell you everything I know about Darth Revan and what he's planning, and also give you what I stole from him.
Which would be.
She gets kind of a sour look on her face. You'll never understand how much it pains me to say these words. I don't know what it is. He,
Oh, I'm sure Galvin here can figure it out. He's been.
Galvin starts laughing at that a little.
Yeah. He looked at Galvin like, you believe this?
She kind of gives a huff. I don't know what it is. All I know is that he was rarely ever separated from it, and he seemed to care about it a great deal. And when I left, I took it.
If this was so important to him, how were you able to do so?
Because I controlled the security on the station. I mean, I built it, so, you know.
Got a point.
Galvin, whatever this is, and figuring it out, before you plug it into anything, you make sure it is on a closed circuit.
Hey, if you find a port to plug it into something, I'll be impressed. I couldn't find anything.
Well, maybe Galvin can build us something then.
Anyway, they're all yours on the condition that my 3 terms are met. Those are simple. I want amnesty from the Sith. You're not going to send me back to them. I want a full pardon from anything you people deem I might have done that constitutes a crime. And I want a job as a scientist for you because I don't intend to stop inventing.
Boy, you really don't demand much, do you?
No, I demand exactly what I need, as always.
Could you
Raven,
give us
how
a
do you feel
moment
about this?
to discuss?
Do I have a choice?
I mean, step out with the guards for one more moment, if you don't mind.
M4 looks over. Mistress, I do not believe it would be wise for us to... It's fine, M4. Let's go. And he nods, and he kind of... The M4 looks at you, Song, and just nods and keeps walking.
Can't wait to shoot that droid's arm off.
Please. Please do.
Oh no.
So, Galvin. Apparently it's been a long time since you've met her. She became a Sith in that time. What do you make of this? For the record, she's terrified, despite the face she's putting on, and I don't sense any sort of deceit within her.
Got that impression when you told me I could send the guards away.
So what do you think, Galvin?
I think we should at least agree to her terms seem pretty reasonable. And we're kind of like I've been working at finding Darth Revan's plan for a while, and she's definitely the best bet we have to figure out what that is.
Mandalore, if you don't mind me adding one addendum to her requests. I think that
Open
wherever
to
you put
suggestion.
her, I think wherever you put her as a scientist, it should be under Galvin.
Did you read my mind? I
I
know
don't
you
know,
can do
it's-
that.
I look to Anaris. Is that a force thing? Like could I do that eventually? Like if I practiced enough?
But not what you did to her?
Not feelings. I read feelings, which technically I could do before, just not to the same degree. But I'm going to work on the mind reading thing. I'm going to clean up with Wookiee Squadron at poker night.
Lost so much money, have you?
No, not yet. Like I said, this is really good. But if I could actually read minds, it'd be even better.
Doesn't really work that way, Song.
Anyway, Galvin, what do you think about that? Think you
Song
can
is
handle
dark
her?
side.
Trying to be.
Well, considering that she even couldn't figure out what the device did, I think her and I working together will definitely yield the best results.
This also means that you would be responsible for anything that she would make while under your supervision.
I mean, he just kind of looks over to M3. I've kind of already carried the burden of being responsible for less than savory situations.
All right.
So I think I can handle it.
M4, I know you can hear me. You can come back in.
Yeah. So after a moment, the door opens again, and M4 and Amara re-enter the room. She glances around and doesn't see any guns pulled at her, so she seems relatively confident. I take it my terms are amenable.
They are? Meet your new
Excellent.
boss, Galvin Sidris.
She
The
glances over.
first time anyone has seen Raven smirk in a week.
Her eyes light up, and she smiles. Galvi, oh my gosh, we work together so well. Why not?
Galvi?
Oh, that was his nickname in the academy.
And so it is here as well.
He just face palms.
I just kind of bury my face in my arms, try not to laugh so hard, which is
What have
something
I
I don't do
done?
often.
She immediately runs over and stands next to Galvin. Very well. Okay, then I have much to share with you. Oh, first, I suppose I'll give you the gift that I brought. She nods to M4, and M4, the chest plate opens up and lowers down, and inside is a box. It is like a carrying container, which she goes and gets out and takes over and hands to Raven.
I guess Raven will just put it on the desk and, like, nod to Galvin, like, I don't know what this is gonna be.
Hey, you don't like the feeling you get from that box.
It's gonna be pretty obvious on Raven's face then.
Can we,
Yeah.
Do we
open it
all
up?
kind of feel that? Like,
Yeah,
is
no,
it-
no one in this room is happy with what they feel coming from that box.
You want to open it up?
Yeah, you're welcome to.
I'm asking Raven.
Oh, sure.
So we're
Just gonna look at Galvin.
if there's a holocron in there.
Well, I was gonna say, is it safe to open?
Yeah, it's gonna
Bam.
look at
Nods.
Galvin. Do you want to make sure this is not booby trapped?
It's not booby trap. M4, please open the box. M4 nods. I will open the box for the weaklings. And he goes over and opens up the top of it.
It's a box of at the poop.
Is it an Omnicron?
Inside,
or a holocron, rather.
inside is a small black pyramid-shaped device.
All right. Well, we know why you couldn't plug it into anything.
Holocron is.
M3, does that look familiar to you?
M3
Galvin, it's a holocron.
It's a Sith holocron.
M3 glances over. Statement. It is the holocron that it is the device that was kept in the same tomb where you found me.
As I suspected.
But it feels.
You see Amara whisper to M4, why does it preface its statements with the word statement? It is a old model, mistress. You see M3 look up like, what? Huh?
Do you think that this is the reason that Revan needed M3 to access this?
No, actually, that's my fault why he needed M3. Sorry.
Why did he need M3 then?
Well, he doesn't actually need M3. He thinks he needs M3. That's my fault.
Oh.
Uh,
What was he going to use him for? Because when Revan tried to take him, we assumed it was to detonate all the Kyber crystals in the universe, and he said we were thinking too small.
Oh yeah, that would be pretty small compared to what he actually wants to do. Anyway, okay. Let me.
Which is
Have you ever heard of the Star Forge? Yeah, never mind. You've never heard of the Star Forge. Okay.
You know what? You know what? Can I roll a history check to see if I've ever heard of the fucking Star Forge?
Yes, you may. That is
Alright.
going to be 4 red.
Is that lore?
Oh my god.
Lore
girl has
intelligence.
severe
Lore intelligence
ADHD.
against 4 red.
Use the light side die.
Fuck yeah, I'm using the light side die.
I'm going to use a dark
I'll
side
allow it
die
this
to
time.
make it 4 red and a purple.
If he gets despair, it should just be him saying so confidently something completely wrong.
Damn it. Okay, so hold on. So that's
Literally a Phoenix
yellow,
right.
green, red, purple.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean,
You
it
can
could
use it.
happen.
I'm gonna use an
Sonic's just
I'm
gonna
gonna use
slam
an
it in
upgrade.
the book, be like, objection.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You
Oh,
said-
that's rough, buddy.
Take 5 strain.
Oh.
Ugh. And I'm the one that rolls bad.
You rack your brain because now you've put your you've kind of put your reputation
No,
on the line a little bit.
No. I know what the Star Forge is. All right, you forge stars in it, obviously.
Oh gosh.
You see some blood dripping from his ear.
As she hears that explanation, she looks to Galvin. So you're just hanging around with people to make you seem smarter. That's what's happening here.
Oh, Raven's looking at Song like he's an idiot. She doesn't know what it is
Keep
either.
me around to shoot stuff. All right, so
Well,
just
I'm
zip it.
glad that you've got to have the same first impression of him that I did. So
Uh,
That's fair.
very,
Oof.
very well. No, I was approached with by Darth Revan some years ago. He was asking to hire me to complete work on a station that he had begun, or that he had resumed construction on many years before. When I saw the schematics, I couldn't say no. It was the most incredible thing I had ever seen, let alone gotten to work on. The Star Forge is what's the easiest way to put this? Mandalore, Dax, Celeste. Those are your 2 big shipbuilding worlds, yes?
Raven will just nod.
How many ships can they crank out a year, would you say?
Not enough.
So, what, 10, maybe 15, 20? Maybe 50
What was the
on the
actual
high end?
number?
I think it was like 40 or something like that.
Yeah, 40.
Okay, the Star Forge could crank that out in an hour.
So it doesn't make stars.
No, it uses stars to create. Think of it like a 3D printer on a massive scale, something heretofore unseen in this galaxy. Well, actually, it's seen once or twice before, but these are old designs, actually. This one can create ships and print them like on an assembly line. And, of course, to do so requires a ton of matter. So you position it near a star, and it drains the matter out of the star and builds it into your fleet, and then you just leave.
And he thinks he needs M3 for it.
Well, the designs were originally Revan's, so I told him that Revan put the security codes needed for it into HK-47.
And where are the real codes?
There aren't any. It's perfectly functional. He just doesn't know it is.
Do you know where this is?
I know where it was 3 years ago.
Great.
But what I'm trying to tell you, though, is if it's not operational yet, eventually he's going to figure out he doesn't actually need HK-47. She glances over towards M3. I got to tell you, I thought you'd be older looking. He goes, statement. I got to tell you, I thought you'd be prettier looking. He's like, okay, then.
I go, okay, you know what?
Galvin's gonna punch M3 in the shoulder.
High five, M3, high five.
He takes the high five.
Yeah.
He seems quite pleased.
Raven's
M4's like,
just kind of staring off into space, looking like she aged about 10 years in this conversation.
All right, well,
M4 is like, would you like me to destroy the droid, mistress? No, it's fine, M3. or
I've
M4.
tried a few times. He's just going to rebuild them. One more question. Does Revan have the manpower to man a fleet of that size?
Well, he can certainly get quite a fleet together. A lot of it is droid operated, which he can create in the Star Forge. In fact, a lot of them come out with fleets and crews ready to go, or they will once he actually starts operating, if he hasn't. But that said, you probably don't have to worry about him for at least a bit. He's not going to come out here anytime soon.
Well, in the meantime, Galvin, obviously, tech and everything is your sort of area of expertise, but I know you've been working on a super poison. Maybe you could put that on hold and make a super virus for us?
She looks over. You've been working on a super poison?
No. The super poison was the thing we already used. I haven't been working on that.
Oh, right. Fair enough.
So
Yeah,
you built a super poison.
or an anti-force poison?
It was an idea I had to try to limit or remove force powers from a being.
She seems quite pleased as she smiles at you, Galvin. He goes, "You always were brilliant."
He just kind of smiles at that compliment.
But yeah, something to ponder. If the entire or the majority of this would-be fleet is operated by computers and droids, maybe you can find a way to give us an edge.
Certainly over the old fleet, that would be easy. The new one, I've, properly designed. It'll be a little bit harder, but...
Well, even though M3 doesn't necessarily have, codes, and he might still have information on this starship that we could possibly use.
M3 nods. Affirmative. The Starforge, created by my master, Revan, in our era.
At least we'll know what to look through his databanks for now and be able to get what information we can.
I'll provide you any information I can. I do have a way that you could probably find it if you're willing to go.
Find the Starforge itself?
Mm-hmm. Well, see, while the matter that it needs to construct ships comes from stars, it actually has to be powered by much more normal means. Kyber being the simplest of them. So if you can find out
the
where...
Starforge has a Kyber crystal on it?
Well, it's brought many Kyber crystals that are synthesized into fuel.
So that means we could use M3 to blow it up.
I doubt that if you get onto the Starforge, perhaps you could do something like that. I mean, you don't need M3 for that, though. You could just shoot them. They're pretty unstable.
Well, M3 was able to blow up the Galactic Senate and the Jedi from systems away, so...
Correction. I was only able to do that because it was hardwired into a temple.
Gotcha.
This would be something more difficult. She nods. But last I heard, they were getting Kyber crystal shipments from Ilos. So if you can go there and figure out where they're shipping Kyber crystals, you probably get an idea of where the Starforge is. At least to give you a clue.
Prothean homeworld?
Sorry, Ilum is the one I mean to say. Why do they have to have the same names? Ilum. It is a world in the core worlds where Jedi famously go to get their Kyber crystals to build their first lightsabers.
I think the Mandalore has a lot to think about.
So I'm good.
Raven kind of slowly nod, 100-yard stare of, he's had 3 years to do this.
Yeah, he sure has. But she nods to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think, he never had, Darth Toxus was interested in invading you. He's more interested in waiting. He doesn't see any need to invade you.
Why is that? Is he just confident that once he gets this Starforge working, he's good to go?
Well, I'm certain if he got the Starforge working and built a sufficient fleet, he would have no problem invading you, but he doesn't think you're worth it. Simply put, absent a major threat in their territory or on your doorstep, the Mandalorians will eat each other.
He has the core worlds. We're on the Outer Rim. We'll starve eventually.
No, I mean, you could survive out here, but you won't.
It was a metaphor.
Mm-hmm. You'll all turn on each other eventually.
And to speak with the Mandalore privately.
She smiles.
Galvin, you stay.
Excellent. Do I have run of the place then?
Wait outside for your boss.
She kind of winks at Galvin. Looking forward to working with you again, Galvi. And she's gonna step out into the hallway. M4 kind of glances back like, I liked my old job better. And M4 leaves.
What's the biggest weapon of mass destruction that Song would know of in the Star Wars universe? I know that's a weird question.
Yeah, I mean, thermal detonators are pretty strong. I mean, like you could get a bomb that is like,
Sure.
Thermal detonators are obviously small and compact, but if you wanted to actually like commission a bomb and take that with you and like be able to take it in and set it up properly,
Yep.
you could get some like pretty hefty damage weaponry going on.
Okay. How does that compare to the explosion caused by the Kyber crystal under a Jedi temple?
Well, that was a massive. So I'm going to put it this way to you: the Death Star was powered by a massive Kyber crystal,
Okay.
and they detonated one of those. So like that's planet destroying weaponry. There is not a ton of planet destroying weaponry in this era.
All right. I know that we obviously blew up the Kyber crystal under the temple on Dantooine, I think it was.
No, it was the one on Coruscant was destroyed.
Right,
Oh,
and then
you guys destroyed the one on
Didn't we
Dantooine
blow
on the
up
way
one
out.
on
Yes.
Dantooine also?
Okay.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Is there any other Kyber crystal temples that we know of?
Not that you've been made aware of.
Darn. If we knew of one, what would it take to get that Kyber crystal out from underneath the temple?
I'm sorry. There is one more that you know of. The first one that you saw. The one on Korriban.
On Korriban.
Oof.
What would it take, manpower-wise, time-wise, to remove that from underneath that temple?
A lot. I'm not saying, listen, you've got a whole planet at your disposal and a bunch of planets, actually. I'm not saying it's impossible. But it would be a major operation and undertaking, and one that would involve you going back into the inner rim. So
Right.
Yeah. Really
One
don't
that
want
would
to
definitely get noticed.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I'd still put it out there though how nice it would be to just launch a Kyber crystal missile at the Starforge, or really anything for that matter.
I mean, it would be sick.
Yeah, it would be. But if there's too much risk, then yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what the biggest risk that I foresee is.
Mm-hmm.
You are towing this massive Kyber crystal with you until you launch it, presumably. If someone shoots it, it's going to take your fleet out.
Yeah, fair.
If it bumps into a meal, like it just bumps into like a little asteroid.
Yeah.
Just...
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
All right. So yeah, never mind then. Don't worry about it.
Great end of the campaign.
But I'm gonna dream of that.
I
Man,
love
am I
it.
gonna dream of that.
Easy rocket.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I got you.
So, Mandalore, do you need time?
I mean, we don't really have that.
I mean, maybe. I know you have other things on your mind currently.
Laughed bitterly. Might be good
Well,
to have something else to focus on.
Who else still in the room right now?
I would presume the four of you, if you have
Yeah,
to
but
leave.
I think I'm still in there.
Everybody. All right. You guys don't mind if I have a moment with Raven?
Go for it.
I'm out.
I'll start giving Amara a tour of the facilities and everything and get her situated.
All right, Galvin, as you step out and start giving her a tour, she puts her arms around your arm and just like kind of walks like hanging off your arm. She seems quite pleased.
Why don't you ever do this for me, M3?
Statement: I was told it would be awkward, but I wanted to.
Oh, that's sweet.
He hesitantly reaches out and takes your other arm and walks along with it.
Did Galvin tinker with M3's like personality at all, or did M3 do the same stuff with the original Revan, or at least want to?
The original Revan was a bastard of a person at the time he built M3. HK-47 is evil AF when you meet them in the game. Remember when you first met him, he was like, I want to kill meat bags all the time?
Yeah.
That's what he was like with Revan.
So at what point did he become, I want to hold your hand?
I would say probably the third time he was rebuilt and went, oh,
Okay,
wait,
fair
this
enough.
person's nice to me.
Okay, fair enough. It was just heartbreaking for me to think that like the original HK just wanted to like hold the hand of his master, and Revan was like, "Fuck you."
No. The original HK-47 wanted to murder people a lot.
Fair enough.
And
Fair
he
enough.
gets real mad at you every time in KOTOR that you don't let him.
Fair enough. So yeah, once everybody else is gone. So how long has it been since the tribunals?
A week.
A week. Okay. Have you had a chance to talk to Katra yet?
Would I have?
It's 100% up to you. I mean, you can say that you two talked seriously, or you can say that you two, it's been an awkward week and the conversation's been a little stilted.
Started awkward, but then actually talked. But Raven's still pissed about the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna nod.
You know, I asked you once before all of this started what it was that you wanted. I don't really think you gave me much of an answer at the time, but now with hindsight, what is it that you want, Raven?
I want my people to survive. I want to spend the rest of my life with my wife, although that's not gonna fucking happen anymore.
Why? Why are those two things mutually exclusive? Because we're gonna win this
People
war.
decided to be petty bastards.
Did they? When we win this war, when Revan's taken care of, and your people are set into whatever comes next, what do you want to do?
I don't want to just run off and disappear, if that's what you're asking.
You don't have to disappear. What's left for you on Mandalore?
Not as much as I'd hoped there was a week ago.
Well, you can go wherever it is that what you want is. So just think about that. Planet isn't as great as we make it out to be.
Not just about what I want, though. When I pick, she's gonna pick up the dark saber. I picked this up. Became more about duty than what I want.
And you can put it down whenever you want to. Just a sword. And I'll leave.
Ooh. Powerful. I dig it. Okay. So it's a little later that day. Song, you are on the Razorback with Ozzy, who has been hard at work on trying to get some plans laid out for your eventual Cortosis weave once you're able to locate some Cortosis ore. And the ship's alarm system goes off.
Down in the hold?
No, in one of the rooms.
Okay, I head to the room.
As you open the door, you see Stumpaka.
What the fuck? Stompy?
You have 7 days. And I fall down to the ground.
I should look around.
Nah, just kidding. He stands up. Hey, what's up?
Song's like, if I am punked.
Where have you been?
Where am I always?
No, where have you been?
To answer that, you have to look within yourself.
Nope. Your squadron has been worried sick about you. I'm pretty sure they've been racing all around the galaxy trying to find you. You weren't at my trial.
How'd that go?
I mean, it went fine. They're gonna make me marry off my daughter to a fucking idiot. But imagine if they'd have decided to kill me and they were one vote away and you weren't there. Then you'd have felt pretty bad, wouldn't you?
I always knew you had it in you.
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna walk away.
Because we're brothers.
I'm gonna go walk and go walk to like the mess hall and find some real food.
Yeah. A lot of eyes are on you as you return to like the mess hall, and they're like, is that the leader of Wookiee Squadron? What the hell?"
I turn
and-
around and I have the Star Wars facsimile of Cheetos, and I'm just like,
One
Cheetos
of-
and blue milk.
a man by the name of Lucan runs up to you. You recognize him. He is one of the members of Wookiee Squadron, and he
Like
is
how you
staring.
said you go to get real food and you get Cheetos.
Lucan is staring at you wide-eyed. Stumpaka?
Lucan,
Where have you been? We've looked everywhere.
have been training.
Jara just got back from the core worlds trying to find you. Well,
Why would I trade on the core worlds?
we
is this-
checked all the outer worlds.
Did you check the far outer worlds?
I didn't know there were far outer worlds. There's far outer worlds?
You have so much to learn, young
Oh my
Wookiee
gosh.
Squadron.
I suppose you're right, sir. That's why we follow you.
This was a test. What have you learned in my absence?
That I should check the far outer worlds next time.
What have you learned?
I have learned that I can't put all my faith behind one single person because they might disappear.
He just shakes his. What have you been doing in my absence besides looking for me?
Well, mostly we've been helping Mandalore Vizsla chase Isla's sky rats out of the outer worlds and trying to set up some sort of perimeter to guard against a Sith invasion.
Nods. Good.
Yes, sir. Would you like he's like tongue tied. Can we get you a drink, or I'll radio the others to let them know you're back. I think some of them are. I think one of them is checking. Has been combing the desert in Jakku.
Listen. Wookiee Squadron exists as a group. When you split off and go searching by yourselves, one stick is breakable, but 4 sticks is unbreakable.
He looks at you like you have just given him the greatest wisdom that any man could muster.
You just quoted Planet of the Apes.
He takes another handful of space Cheetos.
He nods. Thank you, sir. I'll make sure to tell everybody.
Would I have heard about this by now?
You will get a report shortly that Wookiee Squadron has returned, or that the leader of Wookiee Squadron has returned. Galvin, you are currently down in your lab with Amara, who is already settling in nicely in your space. She is moving things and trying to get things organized the way she likes it.
Yeah, can I help you?
You could get a sandwich. That'd be great. Yeah. Have you eaten today? Have you eaten?
He actually has to take a minute to think about it.
You haven't changed at all. Go get something to eat.
Is this Galvin's space just within where we're staying, or Galvin's space on the ship?
No, this is his lab
Gotcha.
on Mandalore.
All right. Do you want one?
Yeah, I do. She continues just to like kind of tinker around with some things as you go and get some food for each of them. When you return, she glances over.
I'm gonna bring M3 with me and teach him the proper way to make a sandwich, so he can do it for us in the future.
M3 looks over. Statement. I am a hunter-killer assassin droid. My protocols were not designed for creating sandwiches.
You are a medical droid, and food is a very important part of recovery and healing people.
Rebuttal. You're a jerk. Very well. Instruct me on how to create a sandwich.
Galvin's like, look, M3, I'm trying to get laid here, man, all right?
I'm going to teach you how to wingman properly.
So what you do? Just basically step by step go through the process.
Does Galvin like his crust cut off?
He's usually too lazy to do it for himself, but he does when
And so does Amara, so that works out.
Bunch of nerds.
The crust is where most of the nutrients are contained. I don't understand why you would cut that off. Anyway, when you return, Amara kind of glanced over you and she takes up half of her sandwich and starts to eat. I missed you.
He just pauses for a minute. I missed you as well, and I'm actually kind of relieved to hear that in a way. I was unsure what really happened after things turned out the way they did.
You can say it. When I screwed you over.
Yeah.
You know, I think you know, or more or less, my parents being what they were, they needed to make sure that I graduated first in the class, and damn the consequences. After that, I couldn't face you. I didn't know what I was supposed to say anymore, so I just continued inventing and eventually found myself working on a Star Forge, and then 10 years had passed.
Speaking of that, how I mean, you said how you kind of ended up. So Darth Revan came to you, and that's how you ended up with the Sith.
Well, sort of. Yeah, he came to me on. Oh my gosh, that's right. I built it. Our machine. That's why he came to me originally. He had an idea for how we could get it to work. Shell. What she's referencing is something that you two worked on when you were in the academy. The idea being it is a cyborg brain, or at least half of one, so that people who have brain injuries, you could have basically one lobe of your brain replaced by the cyborg element of it, which would handle all the lower functions of the brain, and then the remaining healthy part of the brain could handle all the higher cognitive functions. You two worked on this a lot in the academy. It was actually originally your design, but she had a lot of really good insights into it, but you never got it working. You could never get the cyborg half to interface properly with the living half. So they could still function separately, but you could never get it to work properly, not the way you two envisioned. But he had an idea, and it was right on the money. It worked. I built it. It works.
So I did recognize it after all.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That's right. You fought Darth Toxus. You saw the Ladies' Knights.
Indeed, I did.
Yeah, they're. She kind of gets a weird look on her face. Galvin, I don't want there to be any confusion about why I'm here. I don't feel bad that I built the Star Forge or any of that crap. Like that was the price that I paid to get the Kyber that I needed to build Shell and get that to work, and that's fine. I'm happy to have paid that price. But I found out he was misusing my invention, our invention technically, and that's why I left. It's way worse than you think. Those Ladies' Knights. So we built Shell, right? We built it to let the cyborg half handle all the lower cognitive functions, while the remaining healthy half handled the higher cognitive functions. He's using it backwards.
So does that mean is there a means of controlling the people that are using Shell?
He programs them. They do whatever they're effectively droids, like people trapped in droid bodies, effectively. When I found out, I that is my invention, our invention. She has to keep correcting herself. Our invention. and I will not stand for it to be used that way.
He just sort of clenches his fist at that. I I agree. That is an abomination of what we intended for this device all those years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I, for one, won't let it stand either. We're going to stop him, and we're going to set things right.
Excellent. Well, then you will have my services, at least as far as that goes. And when this is all over, we'll, I guess, figure out what's next.
Yeah, one step at a time. But I'm
Excellent.
glad to see you safe.
Well, unfortunately, the fighter that I stole, didn't. They started shooting at me on the way out, and it almost fell apart in hyperspace. I was lucky to even make it to Jakku, and then the crash, and then I woke up a few years later, and here we are. Funny how things work out, huh?
Oh, I wonder if you might be able to fill me in a little bit more as well. I was looking into this over these last few years. We apparently the Sith discovered a way to skip over the inner worlds in Taurus and manually maneuver through hyperspace.
Oh, yeah, that was Darth Toxus. She was unusually attuned to the Force, even as far as Sith can go. She was able to lead them through.
Oh, she just did it of her own accord. Okay.
Mm-hmm. As far as I understand it, anyway. I didn't work a lot with Darth Toxus.
Well, I just wanted to make sure there wasn't some other entity that we might need to be worried about in that case.
Well, in theory, Darth Revan probably can do the same, but he has no interest in coming out here. When he does come out here, he'll just come through Terrace. When he finally has the Force big enough that he feels is nothing to be worried about, there won't be any stopping him.
And time is of the essence, so we better get to work.
Indeed. Do you trust these people?
With my life.
Well, that's good, because he seems confident that they will eat each other.
Oh, I thought she was talking about the group. She meant everyone.
Well, she did mean everybody, but you might take that to being a small scale thing or a large scale thing. But yeah, very well. Raven, what are you up to right now?
Probably trying to find Katra.
Sure. She's not particularly hard to find. What would be your first couple guesses for places to look?
Starbucks.
Yeah, she's at Space Bucks. There's one on every corner.
Probably like a training room or I don't know, their house.
Then you get it on the second try. You check first the training area outside of your office. You don't see her there. You ask around a few people, and no one says that they've seen her. But later that day, as you look for her, you do find her at your home. She, as you enter, she is standing across the room, looking out the window and facing away from you with her arms crossed right now.
Did she say anything, or
She doesn't seem to have noticed, or if she has, she hasn't said anything yet.
set my helmet down to make some amount of noise?
She turns and glances, and as she turns, you can see there's a tear running down her cheek, and she reaches up and wipes it away. Hello.
Yeah, Raven too.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey.
I know it is almost time, but I wanted to come back and, say goodbye to my home.
Just gonna nod.
She'll walk over towards you. This has been a good home to us.
one I've had. I ever will.
That may not be true. You thought when you were on Nalhata that would be the best home that you ever had, and you would never have a better one. But well, then you had a better one here.
Nothing good about that one.
I was born not a stone's throw from that front door, and I grew up in this house, and I points to a spot about a mantelpiece about 5 feet away from you. It's like, and right there is where we got married. I said that I would love you until the day that I died, and I intend to live up to that. I had hoped that we would raise our child here someday. And I hope you'll excuse my absence this morning. I have been mourning that future.
I figured.
But I want you to know too that I am going to go to Nalhata, and I am going to spend the rest of my life making it a better place. I am going to thank that planet for giving me you, and hopefully do right by our friends, by my family. And as much as they may not wish me to find happiness again, they cannot take it from me. And I'm going to build a new home on Nalhata. And there will always be a place for you in it.
Raven's just gonna start crying.
She'll hug you very tightly, trying to hold back her own tears. This is not the end of us. Nothing can ever be the end of us because we swore those vows. As long as we draw breath and even beyond, I will still love you. I presume the same for me.
Gonna like, as awkward as the height difference is, nod into her shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Then you will win this war one way or another. And you will be the greatest Mandalore that these people have ever known. And any chance you get to come visit me on Nalhata, you will. Understood? Sorry, did you say something?
Just kind of mutters, could just move everything there.
Well, Mandalore, I will not tell you no. It is not in my power. I'm going to go.
Anyone can tell me no, it's you.
I'm going to go say goodbye to Aiko. I know she's the one who voted for me to be reinstated. And that was kind of her.
Do you want me there?
If you wish to go.
Raven will.
If you can stomach the sight of her.
She's probably the only one.
Fair enough. As you leave, we're going to jump over to song. But no, we're going to jump over to Anaris, actually. Anaris, you are currently meditating when you feel your Padawan in pain. Hard to tell whether it's your former Padawan. She's a knight now. It's hard to tell whether it's emotional or physical pain, but you feel her in pain.
Could I also just add in that probably sometime during that week I may have went to Anaris to voice some concerns.
Sure. Anaris, during the course of the week, Song approached you, letting you know that he had a very difficult conversation with Sifu, one in which she seemed to suggest that perhaps the people here can't make their own decisions or shouldn't be allowed to make their own decisions because they're making bad ones. And you know that's a very dangerous route for any Padawan to go down or any Jedi to go down.
So I'm basically just meditating where on the ship, or
Yeah, you can be on the Razorback or in your own quarters, it's up to you, but you you sense that your former Padawan is in some form of pain.
I slowly come out of it and see if I can find her.
Sure. Yeah. So you make your way off the ship and start to look around for her. You're able. I mean, you know the first place that she's most likely to be, which is on her ship, the Queen's Castle, and so you make your way over there, and she is indeed on that ship, although she's by herself at the moment, which is very unusual. She almost always has her kind of cadre of lieutenants or at least her personal guard with her. She is by herself on the Queen's Castle right now.
This is unusual, just for you to see you hanging around.
She kind of looks up, and you can tell something very difficult has just happened, something she did not care for. And she kind of looks up a little distraught. Yeah, I think it's going to be more normal now.
And why do you say that?
Clan Rook has decided that it is no longer in their best interest for me to lead them. And I have been asked to step down.
And how exactly do they justify this?
They think me too young and say that as a Jedi and a member of Clan Visla, and also now soon to be a member of Clan Saxon, that I no longer can be certain to have the loyalties of Clan Rook at mind, and they would prefer to follow someone else.
Well, nobody's gonna hold a candle to you. That's all I can say there.
Yeah. I understand why. It's just I'm doing everything I can for these people. And they don't
And they're
care.
ungrateful. They think it's not enough.
Worse than that, they think that I'm working against them.
And you forget the first thing I ever taught you.
He looks up, trying to recall. I don't remember.
It's not the decision that you make now, it's the decisions you make for the future that matter.
She remembers you saying that to her the day that you'd met when she had talked to you about the Jedi Code. Yeah. They I asked if they wanted to fight me for it, as they should. And they said no, that I didn't need to die, but that they wouldn't follow me anymore. And they wouldn't instruct their lieutenants to follow me anymore.
Well, I don't think you would be the one dying, but
No. And that was the point. They said that if I disagreed strongly, that I could kill them and replace them with people who would be loyal. Master, I wanted to.
well, it's one of the trials and tribulations of being a Jedi and not a Sith.
Yeah. I wanted to call them traitors and kill them. But what would that have made me? I didn't have it in me. Maybe that's the point. Maybe I am too weak to lead.
No, I don't think you're too weak to lead. I think there's something better out there for you.
Yeah, maybe. I want to believe that there's something worth redeeming in everybody. And maybe that's just because that's what I've seen in people. I saw my sister, the worst person I had ever known. I saw her have some good in her. And if she can, then can't everybody? I've never agreed with the Mandalorians. Never agreed with their outlook on life, their warring ways. I wanted something better for them, but maybe they aren't ready to have it.
Or you're starting to understand what it means to be a Jedi.
It's really fucking hard.
It definitely hasn't been easy these few years, has it?
No. No, definitely not. You know, a few years ago, I listened to Mandalore Visla say, "We're all in it together." I saw a level of pragmatism that I've never seen in anyone who bears the name Mandalore. Ever. That it was such a deep meaning. We're all in it together, which it holds so much. It says we have to look towards the future, because if we don't, then we're all just going to be annihilated. And I bought in wholeheartedly, and it just is so disheartening to see that as soon as things slow down, everyone just starts looking for enemies again. It's just right back to where we were before. They're not going to be better.
Well, the same thing has happened to the Jedi many, many years ago. Well, I say many years ago, but that's a small number in comparison to how long ago it was.
Yeah. But that's the difference. You can build the Jedi to be whatever you want, and no one can tell you no. No one can show up in your ship and say, "Sorry, we don't like the way you're doing it. Go away." You get to decide.
Oh, I don't know about that. There's plenty of people that could tell me no.
Like who?
The person that tried to slice my gut open years ago?
We will beat Darth Revan.
Oh, I'm not talking about Darth Revan. I'm talking about Stompy.
Oh.
You weren't there for that.
Wait, Stoppy's been missing for 3 years.
I have a feeling he's somewhere right under our noses, and we just can't see him.
I see. Oh. I mean, I guess. It is good to have our friends to keep us in line sometimes. I believe in the people closest to me, but I don't believe in these people anymore.
Well, I think you just answered the question you've been struggling with this whole time.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find Katra and say goodbye to her. She helped me make a good decision today, I think.
All right, then.
She's gonna hug you as she walks past and descends the gangway. Raven, you are informed on a helipad about 5 minutes after this that there has been an upheaval in Clan Rook, and there is a new leader of the clan.
Get my gun.
Sifu is alive or dead?
It clarifies that Sifu is alive. She has been deposed. Clan Rook is now run by Lika Rook. Lika if you're writing it down.
She doesn't even wear a cape.
She doesn't wear a cape.
Do I know of this person or no?
You know her kind of tangentially. She was one of Sifu's lieutenants, so you met her a couple times. She seemed capable enough. I mean, and if she has the support of the clan, she's clearly they believe in her. Enough to overthrow without a challenge. That's pretty rare.
Thing is, like, do I have to be worried about a challenge?
Great question.
What's this going to do for that clan Saxon uprising?
No.
The chicken nugget defenders.
Well, like, look at the pad. Like, close it, open it, close it again, reopen it.
Katra
The
glances
fuck?
over. Are you okay?
Just show her,
What the fuck?
right?
Do you need to go? I can go talk to Aiko by myself. You have
I
been
don't have.
You have been requested to meet with the new leader of Clan Rook later in the day. So
Okay. Well, if it's especially if it's later in the day, then no, I can apparently have a meeting requested later. But
very well. She nods. You make your way through town towards Aiko's place of residence. You've seen it a couple times. You haven't been there in a long time, but yeah, it wasn't that long ago, I suppose. It is a small, kind of simple house on the corner of a street. It's kind of got a dome top to it and 2 windows on the right side facing towards the north. Katra goes over and knocks at the door, and no response comes. Katra glances. Aiko is still in town, yes?
I'm
She is gonna press the button to ring, and instead the door opens because it was unlocked.
weird.
Indeed. Aiko. She looks at you. Maybe you should call out her name because you would maybe shoot me.
Raven's gonna like stand where someone again, as this is becoming a trend, would have to shoot through her to hit Katra.
Fair point.
Aiko?
No sound. Just a dimly lit room.
Gonna kind of look at Katra, hand on the darksaber, and step inside in case something is wrong.
She looks at you. I will check the bedroom. You can check down the hall. Katra doesn't find anything in the bedroom. You do. You find a body laying in the hallway.
It's Aiko's, isn't it?
Sure is. It is laying face down.
Okay. Guess I'll figure out what kind of wounds.
As you flip her over, there is a large blaster wound in her chest. Looks like it came from a blaster pistol, probably.
Okay.
Katra will run over. Oh my god. Oh, Aiko. She kind of glances over at you. It was not me, if that's what you're thinking.
Why would I think that?
I don't know. She looks genuinely pained.
Yeah, so does Raven.
We need to summon security.
Yeah, Raven probably was already in the process of like pulling out her pad and doing that.
Nods. She's gonna reach up and close Aiko's eyes, which still remained open. I will go get a blanket to cover her with.
I'll stay here.
She goes and gets a blanket. It's not long after that security arrives. When Mandalore calls for security, it shows up pretty damn quick. And two people come in, and she is loaded up onto a hover, like a slab, and is taken out to be incinerated. One of those. So what happened?
Came to visit. She was already like that. Now I have to figure out who did it.
After that, we tried to ring the bell, and the door just opened because it was unlocked. I take it, and it was like this. Man nods, kind of looking at her like, "Aren't you supposed to be exiled?" And she's like, "I'm going." He's like, "Do you have any idea who might have done this?"
Can think of 5 people that might have had some offense to her.
And I'll need their names. I'll see if I can get in touch with them.
She'll just hand over the jury list.
Go ahead. Okay. Indeed. He takes the list and looks it over. Oh, that's right. He looks at Katra again. Understood. I will see if we can reach out and get some of them down for questioning. And he leaves. And you two are left alone in the house of Aiko. I didn't want to suggest that there might be another person who was quite angry about the outcome of the trial, not in front of him.
But I catch on, like, I'm assuming she's referring to me, but...
No, she's not referring to you. You were with her.
Oh. Well, I mean, I was pissed off about the trial, so, like...
That's fair, but you were with her, so she knows it wasn't you. Was Song's daughter not furious?
She doesn't use a pistol.
No, but there is a pistol on her hip, and if she was going to kill someone, she wouldn't use her lightsaber.
I taught her better than that. In the month that I've known her.
Might be worth at least asking her. Don't
Yes.
think she would go this far. And, like, Raven's not sure if she actually believes what she's saying.
It's like, was she not just deposed as the leader of Clan Rook? We can ask. It doesn't hurt. Well, we should be delicate. Very well. And so you two leave. Where are you going now?
Sifu's, I guess?
Fair. Anaris, you are on the Queen's Castle, as is Song, who came by looking for Sifu a little bit later, but did not find her. Song and Anaris are on the Queen's Castle talking when you arrive. Katra glances over. Oh, Song, Anaris, it's good to see you.
I just nod. I assume you know.
No, yes, I know. How do you already know?
She talked to Anaris. Anaris told me.
Told you what? Oh, that. Yes, we do already know that.
What are you talking about?
Was there something else, Katra?
Yes,
Is-
one
Is
of
she
the
here?
yes is Sifu here?
She went looking for Katra. What happened?
One of the jurors. Yeah, one
Aiko
of
is dead.
that. One of the jurors died, turned up murdered,
How long ago?
probably within the last few hours.
How long have we been waiting here since Sifu left?
Probably been an hour since Sifu left now.
All right, I don't think it was Sifu then. The timelines don't quite match up. Hold on a sec. I'm going to use Seek to see if I can pinpoint where Sifu is.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 white pips.
2 white pips. Very well then. Yeah, you're able to locate Sifu. She's not doing anything to try and drown you out at the moment. She is kind of halfway in between the training grounds and Katra's home.
I think if we head back to your place, we'll meet her there.
Well, that is good. Yes.
Back we
You can
go.
explain. You can explain what happened on the way.
Yes. So we will, as you're all walking back, Katra and Raven will relay the story.
I assume you sent people to the other jurors' houses as well.
Exactly. And on the way back, you get notified that they have just arrived in the home of Soros and his sister Sira Visla, both of whom are dead.
Well, that's not.
They are currently looking for Jarka Visla, who did not show up for their shift at work today.
That's not a good sign. Two more are dead, and one didn't show up for work.
Who stands to gain anything from this besides you, Sifu, or Katra?
I don't think I even have anything to gain from it.
Oh,
My sentence has been handed down one way or the other.
yeah. No,
Someone
but
wants to make me look bad.
If they can pin this on you in some way, then they can draw your leadership into question.
Me who has never held a blaster pistol in my life?
I feel like you have to have held a blaster pistol at one
Oh.
point.
Slight exaggeration, but
yeah,
like
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
aren't you a
known for using
sniper?
it.
She was born with a right.
blaster rifles a hell of a lot different than a pistol.
So as you radio in about Soros and Sira, you ask obviously what were they killed with? They were both killed via vibroblade. Notably, Soros and Sira were both experts with vibroblades.
They were killed with their own weapons.
They were.
All right, we need to start specifically pointing to Raven. You need to find someone who's not aligned with you and get to them ASAP so that someone who isn't a close friend or family isn't going to be your alibi for if they try to pin this on you.
And probably the scariest thing about all this is many of these murders happened a while ago, as it turns out. Some of them as early as the morning.
Oh,
Hang on.
interesting. So they're probably
When was the
all
last
dead.
time any of us saw Jorah?
The last time any of you saw Jorah was a week ago, when he proposed to Sifu.
If Jorah's behind all of this, I will eat my fucking helmet.
The DM would have to be a pretty terrible writer for that to be the case.
It's you and Malkiri. I wouldn't put anything past you.
Well, no, he just saw how distressed Sifu was over it and wanted to, just prove himself.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
Well, at the very least, spent the morning in a meeting with someone not aligned with me.
That's fair. No, you're right. There should be plenty of footage, I would assume, as well in the future and shit like
Yeah.
that to put you where you're supposed to be. But this is definitely a conspiracy that's not going to look good for you.
Indeed. As you arrive at the house of at the home of Katra and Raven, indeed, Sifu is there, kind of waiting outside the door, hoping to see Katra. And as she looks up, sees everyone approach, she's like, "Well, that's fortuitous. Hi."
I hug her.
She blinks and nods. She hugs you back. It's okay. I'm all right.
No, I'm sure, but it's about to get worse.
What do you mean it's about to get worse?
It seems like everyone who was involved in the tribunal for Katra has been murdered.
Well, then they got what they deserved.
Give her a disapproving look. It's not going to look good for Raven.
No, I suppose not. I'm sorry. I spoke out of anger. He looks to Katra. It isn't right what they did to you, though. Katra kind of blinks. I asked for that tribunal. She gets a little uncomfortable at that, I suppose. So they're all dead?
Likely. 3 of them at least. I'm sure Raven will be getting news of the rest shortly.
Yeah. 3 for sure, 1 didn't show up for work, and so far 3 of them have been killed by the weapons they're experts with.
Well, then we should go and find the last couple, right?
Guards are already on it. Raven, what are we doing from here?
Well, I need to be seen so I can't have anything pinned on me.
They wouldn't dare.
They
You
would.
really think they wouldn't?
If they would, then I. Are we sure we're on the right side?
As Katra has proven, it technically only takes 1.
Yeah. Suppose. Okay. So what's the move?
To what I think you're referring to. Yeah.
Katra glanced around. Well, Mia doesn't live far from here. Maybe we could try and find her.
Would we get there before, I assume, Raven has sent, someone to all of the houses of the jurors and
Yeah.
tried to contact them all?
I mean, people have been going. They've been going around, yeah. But if they don't know exactly where Mia is at all times, then it might be
You know
hard
what? I saw Mia. Can I try and do a seek on her?
Yeah.
Sure if that's enough for first level seek.
No, you need to.
Damn it.
Katra nods. Well, it can't hurt to go look.
Head over there then.
You make your way over to the home
Making my way.
Making my way. Make your way to the home of Mia Visla, the widow of Gan Visla. And you can hear a struggle inside.
I'm bolting in and using my jetpack to give me like a boost. like a Captain Falcon, pulse forward.
I love it. So you boost in, the door basically
Smashing through it.
Yes, you smash. Oh my god! You knock the door off its tracks, I will say,
Yes.
and burst through, and spinning around from the distance, you see 2 people. One of them is Mia Visla, whom you recognize from the trial. The other one you also recognize from the trial. It is Ark Visla, and he has a gun pointed at Mia.
What do I know of Ark Visla? Have I ever met him before?
No, you've never met Ark Visla before. All you know is what you saw from the trial.
Is he the one who voted for death?
He is the one who voted for execution.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks utterly bewildered at the collection of people who have just burst into this room as he holds the gun to Mia's head.
You're pointing that gun at the wrong person, Ark.
No. No, I can assure you I'm not. Oh. It would seem my... Gets kind of a frustrated grunt. And looks
Put it
to
down.
Mia. Nope. Not gonna
Quick
happen.
draw firing.
Oh my god, quick draw firing?
Yep.
All right, looks like he's gonna roll against it.
I think Mia was me, so.
So would we roll initiative to see who goes first, basically?
We are going to roll initiative to see who goes first.
All right, and this is initiative it's both. It's gonna be 2 greens for me regardless.
Yeah, for him it's his discipline will, because he was definitely caught surprised by that.
Used one of those earlier.
I've got 1 advantage.
I'm gonna use my upgrade, which will just get me fucking on par with him. And fuck it, I'm gonna use our last force dice too. Hey.
Okay.
2
You
success,
get to go
2
first.
advantage.
So he has
Okay.
got her held in front of him and has a gun to her head. So
How
this is,
close am I, range-wise?
you're probably at medium range right now.
Okay. Weirdbeard just gave me another upgrade. Thank you, Weirdbeard. I assume, since you said for more rocket pack boosting. All right. So medium range, that's going to be 2 purples, just normally.
Yep. 2 purples. He has nemesis or adversary 1, so it's a red and a purple.
So red, purple, and because he is
He also
behind her, is that going to affect it?
yes. So you're going to upgrade the difficulty of the check twice. So that's going to go to make a third. Or sorry, it's going to make it's going to be 2 red and a purple. Is the total.
2 red, and a purple. All right.
And he also has armor, so it's a black dice as well.
Oh, fuck.
And he's wearing his Mandalorian armor.
2, 3, 4. Okay, now, since he's surprised, and I did try to attack first, since it's just sort of starting, do I get my quick draw?
Yes, you may
Dice
take your
on
quick
this?
draw
Okay.
bonus. Yes.
Oh boy, let me throw in that upgrade that I just got. It's a green. And I would like to point out that since I am acting before he did, I have a new perk
Oh God.
that's going to play in here.
Oh good.
Raven, he still has a very good chance,
Yeah.
but I hope you don't want him alive.
Hope not.
I mean,
Is Mia
it
gonna
would probably
survive?
look
She's,
bad if
she's
we
pretty
just
nervous.
murdered
Okay.
him.
All right, here we go.
So
wait.
anyway, on to murdering him.
So anyway, I started blasting.
That's exactly what I did. I'm gonna use sniper shot as well to reduce the. Or no, wait, hold on. What does sniper shot do exactly? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Sorry,
Sniper shot is the one where you upgrade the difficulty, I believe, to be able to fire at a longer range, isn't it?
Which I think is what I'm gonna have to do since I'm at medium range. I think I have to use that.
Yep.
Don't I?
So upgrade it to, instead of 2 purple and a red, to 3. Or sorry, instead of 2 red and a purple, to 3 red.
I shouldn't have said anything. So, so right now I'm at red, red, purple, black. It's 3 red and a black.
Yeah. Red, 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 black.
Great, cool. Glad that I brought that up.
Aces. You know what? Make it 3 red and a purple, because I'm gonna use a dark side point.
God, so the black turns to a purple.
No, it's 3 red, a purple, and a black.
Jesus.
Fuck. Well, then I'm gonna use that destiny point to turn my green to a yellow. Fuck you.
All right, you can do that.
Oh, black is K. Whoops, I almost an extra blue dice in there. Oh my god, I just want to sorry. Just looking over my newest thing here really quick.
I got
just to
you.
Make sure.
Building the dice pool.
New toys.
New toys must play.
This is also a very important shot.
Kinda, yeah.
The most important shot Song has ever taken in his life.
He's gonna hit Mia.
Oh, please roll a despair. Please roll an uncanceled despair.
Okay. Here we go.
I mean, what are the chances?
Don't say that.
Oh!
4
Despair
successes,
Cancels
1
out the
threat.
triumph.
Yep.
Or
so it's
success.
take your threat. Take your strain. And what's your damage is what, 10? I think it is.
No. So my damage is on the gun. It is normally 14 for the disruptor pistol, and then another 4 for deadly accuracy.
Whoa. It's normally 14 on a disruptor pistol?
Disruptor pistol damage 14. I think we've been doing it as 10, but it's 14. Yeah. Yep.
I know, I gotta go check.
Yeah, I noticed that when I got deadly accuracy. I'm like, how much damage do I do now? I saw the 14. I'm like, I think we've only been doing 10.
It is only 10.
I think the sheet is adding your deadly accuracy.
Yeah, it might already be throwing your deadly accuracy on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fair enough then. Fair enough.
I was
Okay.
saying, like,
So,
I
yeah.
know it's only 10. There's no weapon in the game that has 14 damage base.
Yeah, it adds
Yeah,
up because
so,
it just added
so 14
9
total
into it.
then. Yep. Sorry then.
Okay,
Sorry.
great. So it's actually going to be 17 because you have 4 successes on this roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Anything else I need to know?
Unfortunately, I did not crit, which sucks because I have a crit 1.
Yeah.
So I think that's everything. And no, I need advantage to do a second shot as well. So yeah, that's it.
Okay. So you do hit. And that is enough to hit his wound threshold and knock him down. He has a wound threshold of 16. So,
And I'm
well
gonna
done.
sprint across the room just to be safe to get between him and Mia.
So, no, the shot catches him in the head and he falls back. There's a big chunk of his Mandalorian visor actually just straight up missing as he lets out a loud yell and falls back unconscious. Mia,
I secure his weapon.
Yeah, so you reach out and grab his weapon, and Mia is just like kind of like shaking a little bit, like he wanted to talk, and I just invited him in for a drink, and
You're fine. Same can't be said for some of the other tribunal members.
no.
He killed at least 3 of them.
She looks incredibly pained, and tears start just streaking down her cheeks. Drops to her knees.
You need to make an example of him, Raven. The tribunals for me and Katra were for a future that we hope to have, but seems that some people think that it was a sign of weakness.
He said that we had a chance to... She looks to Katra and doesn't want to say what he said. Katra already knows. She nods. You don't have to say it. You had a chance to kill me, and you didn't do it. And he did not like that. He just nods.
People have to learn they don't always get their way.
Raven, your security will be arriving momentarily. What would you like to do with the criminal?
Well, he's going into custody for now, but Raven really doesn't have a choice but executing him for trying to circumvent everything.
Aces. So you two, security arrives, and he is hauled off until his execution or whatever punishment comes his way ultimately.
Oh, Kyria said that whole scene right there was the cutscene in Guardians. They all fall into Jello, and you have to you get the new blaster upgrades.
Yeah. Absolutely. So he's escorted away, and Sifu has just kind of watched quietly. Katra, much the same. Mia is still a little shaken, but she seems okay. But the word does come in for much longer that Miru has been found dead.
Oh, that was me. Did we only save one of them?
Jarka's corpse is located later that day too. Only Mia survived.
Was I the guy that was going around killing everyone?
That was your character, yes. You, Stampaka or Juxta said to me beforehand, unless she makes a really good argument, my person votes execution. And I'm like, all right, I have my character design. I love it.
He views it as it's a sign of weakness.
Well,
She broke the rules. She should die.
Well, he's gonna love his punishment then.
Well, there you go.
So yeah, Mia is escorted away to give a statement basically as to what happened, and is then allowed to, if she wishes to, return home. But they recommend that she find someone to stay with for a night because you shouldn't go right back to where you were just attacked. Not super great for your mental.
Yeah.
Katra does try to speak to her before she leaves, and they exchange a couple of private words. And then if you happen to be watching, you'll see that they hug before Mia turns and leaves. Well, Katra approaches the group of you. Galvin, you've now been brought in as well to be brought up to speed on what just happened. Amara is hanging out in the lab. She doesn't feel that social connections make for good work ethics, so she is hanging out in the lab. Katra approaches. Well, my last day was certainly eventful.
That's one way to put it. She was approaching me, right? I lagged out for a bit.
She's approaching the group, all of you. But they were my family, in spite of everything. I would request permission to return to Mandalore when their funerals are held.
Raven's just gonna nod.
She nods. Thank you. Well then. I think it is time that I got out of here.
You have any trouble on Nal Hutta and need a hand? If I'm not busy, maybe I could spare some time.
She smiles. Oh, I don't know if I want your help. And then she grins. But maybe.
I know efficiency isn't your style.
She gives up. Sifu, can I speak with you for a moment before I go? Sifu has been kind of glowering in the corner. Not particularly pleased, but she nods. And she kind of leads Sifu away for a moment. If you want to try to hear what they're saying, you're welcome to, or you can just let them be private.
I'll walk away.
Raven's not gonna listen in.
Okay. So no one's going to listen in, to be clear?
Yeah, I'll step outside.
No, make him roleplay with himself, or make her roleplay with herself.
Oh, I assume she's still going to. We just
no.
don't hear it.
Oh, no, you're not going to hear it if you don't try to listen. What is said is said for her.
All right. Because I want to do something with Sifu afterwards, so I will walk out of the room.
Yeah.
But I will stay near the door and try and listen.
Okay. All right. They're not being particularly quiet, and they're not like trying to like keep it super secretive. So I'll say you're able to. Katsura is trying to explain to her that she understands why Sifu feels the way she does about it. It can look like this is all just old wounds being dug up and us being petty. And she gets it. She feels it to an extent. She understands that she hoped that she would be able to just keep living her life and keep doing what she was doing. But she understands, and she understood when she took that tribunal, she was taking it seriously. And she would have accepted if the result had been execution, and she will accept the result being exile. And Sifu kind of gets a little animated at that. But it isn't right. This shouldn't be happening. You have done nothing but try to help since I have known you. And even, I got to be honest with you, having now heard the decision that you had to make, I might have made the same one. And I feel like watching you be punished. Might as well punish everyone here. Because who could really say they might have done differently? I don't know that I would have. Katra nods. Yeah. Sometimes things can be a little unfair like that. Being the person who does actually have to make the decision does have to live with it. But, Ifu, I am not doing this just because it is the right thing to do. Or because that's what they need to be able to sleep peacefully at night. I'm doing it because I need to be able to sleep at night again. I need to be able to close my eyes for more than 3 seconds without hearing Gan calling me a murderer or a traitor. And if there is any chance that doing this will let me close my eyes again, then I'm going to do it. I am going to find a way to keep living. I am going to find a way to be happy again. And as much as I want to do it here on Mandalore, I don't know that I can. So I'm going to go and I'm going to do something right with my life. I made a bad decision. And maybe it was the best one that I had. But it doesn't make it right. And this time, well, I'm going to make up for that. However I can. Sifu gets really quiet. And there is something of a debate in her mind of saying, you are so deluded, even you don't know what you want. But she doesn't say that. Ultimately, she glances down and says, I was going to lead these people and try and do right by them. That's what everyone wants. They think that I can fix this, that I'm going to be some great leader or something. There are so many of these people I hate. And I'm not even supposed to hate. Kazra nods. I can't speak to Jedi. I don't know anything about that. But I will go ahead and promise you that I was what they would consider a pretty good leader. And I hated most of them. So, don't get yourself down because you feel very natural emotions. And she's going to pull Sifu into a hug. And then a moment later, Song, the door suddenly opens, and I presume you are trying to look casual.
Yeah.
Katra just, gives you a glance.
And just
And,
nod.
He nods. And she takes Raven's hand and leads her away because they're going to... She wants to be seen off properly. She doesn't want to...
Wow, chicka wow wow.
Oh, my God. No, she wants to... She would like to be seen off by you, preferably. Sifu kind of is still lingering in the room for a moment, thinking.
I wait for her to come out.
Mhm.
I probably move to be in the doorway, so if she doesn't realize I'm there, she does.
Yeah.
I don't say anything.
When she glances up and finally sees you, she's like... She walks over to you. Father.
Just put my hand around her and start walking her out.
She walks with you.
Yeah?
I feel like my other father would be very disappointed today.
Well, I spent a long time thinking that he hated me for leaving. And that wasn't true.
I don't know that father hated anybody. It's not that he told me.
And from what I've seen and what I knew of him, I don't think that he'd be disappointed in you at all.
I really did try. I really wanted to do something right by them.
I know. But sometimes, no matter how much we may want something, we might not be the best person for the job. And that doesn't mean anything. It's no reflection on our skills or our convictions. We just have to do the best with what we can with what's given to us.
She nods and gives you a somewhat determined look. Even if I'm not the one to lead them or to help them figure out something better, I know what the Sith offer is death. And I'm going to stop them.
On that, we can agree. I have something else for you when we get back to the Razorback.
She nods. Yeah, I guess the Queen's Castle's not mine anymore. Ugh, I hope she doesn't rename it the King's Castle again.
That's all right. That thing was way too gaudy anyway.
Amen. She takes her cape off.
Hey, I gave you that cape!
Yeah, but you hate it. But you hate it.
It was from Raj, and I stuff it back in her hands.
She nods. Even if they don't help, we gotta destroy this thing.
We do. And I wouldn't be too disheartened. You know, it feels weird saying my favorite part, but my favorite part of the tribunals was Miru, I think, wanted to choose death for Katra.
I
But
sensed it.
he chose something hopeful. You know, hoping that Katra could give back to the Mandalore people in some way. Whether that happens or not, who knows? And unfortunately, he met a grim end today, but I doubt he was the only young person that saw both of those tribunals and didn't feel like something had to change. It's not going to happen overnight, Sifu, but it will happen.
I hope you're right. I hope I get to live to see it.
You will. I'm getting up there.
We'll see. And she'll make her way back to the Razorback with you. Meanwhile, on another docking platform, Raven, you have gone up with Katra, who has been given a small ship and a contingent of 3. I shouldn't say Mandalorians. They're not Mandalorians. They live on Mandalore, but they are enlistmen, basically, who have signed up to fight, but they are closer to Republic than they are to Mandalorians. But they've been put under her command for right now. They'll be her aides, effectively, in service to Mandalore on Nal Hutta, and they are prepping the ship to go. Katra gets up to the front, nods. Well, I feel like we have been here before. Me getting ready to leave for Nal Hutta. Did you blink out, Raven?
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Last thing I got was I feel like we've been here before.
Oh, that's what the last thing I said. She's like, the last time I believe we have been here before. Me getting ready to leave for Nal Hutta.
Yeah. Raven's just gonna pull her into a hug.
Hugs
You
you
let
back.
me know if you need anything. Anything.
And you will be the first one that I contact. I don't think the others are going to, I don't think the others in the Mandalorian hierarchy are going to be too happy to hear from me very often. Hearing the woes of Nal Hutta.
Well, if I had to live them, they can hear about them.
That is fair. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix Nal Hutta, but I guess I can try. I guess I can't make it much worse.
If anyone can, it's you.
Well then, until we meet again, I hope sooner rather than later, yes?
Of course.
Nods and goes to start walking up the gangway to the ship when a voice rings out. Mandalore. Approaching you from behind is a small contingent of people. You recognize all of them. One of them is Liku Rook and a couple of her other lieutenants. Another is Jai Mudhorn and his closest lieutenants. Another is Gar Saxon, along with his son Jorah. Jorah's the easiest to spot by a wide
course.
margin.
Of course he is.
Raven is going to look very confused.
Gar Saxon starts to approach. He looks around and glances to Katra. Seeing her off, then.
Raven just nods.
Perhaps you could go with her.
So much for preventing a rebellion.
As it turns out, the revolt is here whether we like it or not. He looks
Hmm.
to Liku Rook, who is standing there. Liku nods. We have taken a vote of no confidence in you.
Funny how that works. Second, I get bad news about the Sith.
Jai kind of glances. Bad news about the Sith? Jorah also seems interested.
Turns out they have something called a Star Forge.
What is this nonsense?
It eats stars to make ships.
Do I look like an idiot? Who wrote that? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. No. He doesn't say that.
You want to talk to the new defector from Jakku then?
Ah, interesting. So we take a vote of no confidence in you, and you have a defector from Jakku. Interesting. No. We will be handling it from here on in. But in lieu of your service, we do not wish for you to have to die. We invite you to share in your wife's exile. Jorah speaks up. Father, she has proven a most capable Mandalore, I would say. And as we spoke about when I have married Sifu, Jorah, shut the hell up. That girl wants to marry you about as much as the Rancor. Jorah just kind of glances down. Yes, sir.
Throw some balls, Jorah.
Well, if you're so determined to take things to the old ways, which of you will it be? Who wants to settle it like Mandalorians?
We're all more than willing to, but you will have to kill all of us.
It doesn't really look like she believes that.
You're welcome to call their bluff.
Out to us with the Force, Raven.
Hold up, one sec. I was just about to say something on that note, but I need to make a roll before I can. Katra is going to take 2 strain, and each of you is going to receive a communique from the pad that she has behind her back, saying that there is a coup that is happening, and you are needed direly at platform D6.
How fast can I get there with my jetpack?
On your jetpack, you could get there. It would take you a little bit, but you could get there. On the Razorback, you could get there very quick.
All right. Well, in that case, as soon as we hit the Razorback and I get that, I push Sifu in and I'm like, we gotta go.
Sifu nods. Yeah, okay. Galvin, you're in your lab as the alert comes through, and Amara is actually the one who checks it. There's a coup happening?
Oh, what fortuitous timing.
Must be Tuesday.
I hate when I'm on Um's day.
That oh look, it's that time again already. Is it? All right. Just rubs his eyes. All right. Well, I better.
My father was. Oh, damn it.
I better get over there, see what's going on.
Yep. So
Just to be clear, how many people is this?
there's like 8 people probably. Well, let's see. It's the heads of all the major clans, except for Clan Vizsla. You notice Clan Vizsla is not represented there.
I wonder why.
Yeah, imagine that. So there is, and they each have probably 2 people with them. So there's Somnus, Mudhorn,
Saxon.
Saxon, and Rook. So there's probably about 12 people on there right now.
Also, Stompy's there.
And the leader of Clan Wookiee is also there.
About to get real quick.
So Galvin, you, Amara, M4, and M3 all abandon the lab for right now and make your way quickly towards the Razorback. As long as you're getting the ship ready to lift off, you see them approaching and they hop on.
I would assume I'm doing the same thing, right?
I presume. I mean,
Yeah,
unless you've decided you're sticking around for the new regime.
No.
Okay. So Anaris also makes it on before you lift up, and then you lift off and start making your way quickly towards platform D6, which is not particularly far away. Raven, as you are standing there now, they have all begun to take out weapons, except for a couple of them. You notice that Jorah has actually turned and left.
I'm also, by the way, when we get there, I'm gonna put the controls in Galvin's hand, and I'm going to, or Amara's hand, whoever, and I'm going to bail out with the jetpack before we land, so I can just bypass the whole landing procedure.
Holy Jesus! All right,
you gave me this jetpack. I'm fucking using it.
Hell yeah, I love it. Okay. So
you assume I can fly a spaceship.
Am I also on the Razorback?
You are on the Razorback, yeah. So as you start approaching, the first one out is Song, who lowers the gangway, jumps out and jetpacks over towards you.
I land on someone.
Seeing the ship approach, they all immediately start radioing in to have more Mandalorians come up and help them in case there's going to be a fight that breaks out. But ultimately, Gar Saxon looks at you and says, if you want civil war, it will be civil war, but I'm giving you the chance to leave now.
You realize you're playing directly into Revan's hands. He wants you to eat each other.
We'll see about that. About this time, Song, you land next to Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. There are guns trained on you.
Yep. I pull both mine. So is this what we're doing?
It is something of a standoff right now. On the Razorback, M3 is sitting in the co-pilot seat and looks to you, Galvin. Statement: I have weapons trained on everyone on the platform. Master, would you like me to shoot?
God.
No. Hold.
Query: would it help if I only targeted some of the people on the platform?
Jesus.
Would I have known, obviously not recently, but from back when I was on Mandalore, is there any of these current clan leaders that I would have known personally at any point?
Let's see. Lika Rook is obviously very new. You might have known her at some point. Yeah, you would have known Gar for sure. Like, he's been around forever.
Okay, and he's the one who's kind of leading this whole rebellion thing too, right?
He seems to be the one that they want to have take over, but it doesn't. You get. I mean, Raven would be able to tell you. They get the sense that Liku is the one who pushed the rebellion, but they want Gar to be in charge.
Okay.
They're not trying to push themselves into the leadership position. You might know the leader of Clan Mudhorn, but fuck Clan Mudhorn.
Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, I'm not developing that character. Oh yeah, no, Jorah. Jorah, you do not see on the platform anymore. He apparently has decided that he's not having any part of this, and he's left.
Come on, Gar. Someone as old and sensible as you really want to do this the messy way?
No. That is why I am offering to have you leave.
Then make the challenge and accept the outcome.
Not stupid. 64. She's Already got a Mandalore under her belt. She'll destroy me.
Can I sense on him?
You can try.
When he says, like, I'm old, I'm not stupid, I want to see if I can, without you having told me, figure out that, like, Lika's probably the one pushing all of this.
Yeah, you can do that. No,
I'll take the
you can-
strain.
You need 2.
Oh, wait. I thought
For sense?
I thought Seek is the one that needs.
I'm sorry. Seek's the one that
2.
needs 2. Sense only needs 1. Yeah, you're right. Take the
Yeah.
strain. Take a strain, a conflict, and I have 8 dark side points.
Rub it in. Rub it in.
All right. You are able to sense that this probably wasn't his idea,
Mhm.
but he definitely doesn't seem like he's not in support of it.
Sure,
Sure. Like he's here because he agreed. He's made no bones about the fact that him and Raven see eye to eye on nothing.
So, do you think that I would be able to ascertain that it's probably, with all the other moves that have been made, that it's Lika?
I mean, yeah, that's not a horrible guess. She literally just deposed Sifu earlier in
Yep.
the day. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm going to look to her and be like, so your strings are being pulled by a coward then?
No, she has no interest in leading. She never has.
And yet, she's taken a whole clan under her wing.
She has. He looks to Raven. She would be far from the first person who had no interest in leading, who did. And then he glances back towards Katra as well. Seems to be almost a requirement for the job these days.
See, the difference is, we led, we didn't pull strings.
I have given you your choice. We can do it the dirty way, or you can leave. Back on the Razorback.
I'd like to say, could I have had my comms to the Razorback open this whole time so that they're hearing what's being said?
I mean, they can probably just hear what's being said.
All right,
The
fair enough then.
ship's got microphones on the outside. It's fine.
Fair enough then.
Katra just staying silent through all this? Like,
Katra's in a very awkward position.
fair. Seemed not
She-
quite what I expected out of her.
If you want to look at her, she looks murderous, like she's ready to kill somebody. That said, she also knows the odds of winning a fight that is 12v4, and with more backup coming. So, yeah, she's not interested in picking the fight.
Don't know what Raven would do.
Well, now's the time to make a choice, because in that moment, a bright flash overcomes you all. Someone dropped a flashbang. And as you hear, someone lands down alongside next to you and is trying to usher you quickly towards the Razorback, which has now come closer with the gangway down.
Can I see them at all?
Go ahead and make a difficulty 2 perception check.
Ooh, I have to scroll back up. Oh.
Take a strain. With that one triumph, you see a flash of purple armor.
I kind of figured.
Did he bring nugs?
You smell chicken nuggets in the air, yeah.
Would we be able to see this from the ship's monitors, or would that be affected by the flashbang?
For a moment, like everything goes really bright, and then as the monitors come back in, you can see Jorah Saxon on there as everyone else is kind of like
Yeah, because I'd imagine they wouldn't like take us longer to recover than like the human eye.
Right, exactly. The ones who are on the platform are all kind of like trying to like get their eyesight back, but you can see Jorah now clearly trying to usher people onto the Razorback. He's trying to help you escape.
We fighting
So
or are we
he's
running, Raven?
pulling me and Katra, I assume.
Katra's already has already moved off of the ship that she was getting on, and since the Razorback's right there, she just hopped onto it. She has no intent of being blown out of orbit when she tries to go into Nal Hutta, or tries to leave, rather, Mandalore.
I'm assuming she's probably reaching out to Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raven will go along with it then.
Okay.
But she's keeping the dark saber.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Mhm.
All right. Song, do you also hop on?
Yeah. I
Okay.
bring up the rear.
All right.
And
You bring up the
shoot
rear.
anybody who gets near.
I love it. Go ahead and take a shot because they are starting to shoot at you. They saw the flashbang as a hostile act, and
Cool. Then I'm firing at Lika specifically.
I love it.
Or not quick strike though. What is the difficulty?
I would say from you're gonna take 2 black die because you're blinded still. That said, it's a short range attack at this point, so yeah, 1 probably.
One. So purple, purple, black. Or sorry, black,
purple,
black, purple.
Yeah, black, black, purple.
Okay. Oh, she's lucky she's already technically acted, or else that'd have been a crit.
Yep. 12. Nevertheless, it is 12 wounds. So.
All right, because that hold on, because that would be.
Sorry, 11 wounds. It is. It's 10.
It's
plus
10.
1.
Well, plus the floor 4 because of my deadly accuracy, so it's 14 plus 2, right?
14 plus 1, 15 wounds.
So 15.
You hear a loud scream, and as the ship starts to pull away, you can see her arm is missing.
And I yell back, "Being a Mandalore ain't no joke!"
And yeah, the gangway pulls up, and you blast off into space. Fortunately, they do not seem to have fighters scrambled to come and try and pick you off, so you are able to make a jump if you want to. Where it's actually M3 who speaks up. Query: where shall I set coordinates for?
Ask Amara.
I would say Ilum, probably, if you want to know where the Starforge is.
We need to finish off Revan so we can come back and deal with this bullshit.
Very well then. Confirmed. Destination
Mandalore. Sorry.
Raven's probably like sending out a message to anyone of Clan Visla that will follow her of like, get the fuck out, because shit's going bad.
I'm going to need you to tell me specifically what you say to members of Clan Visla. What message goes out to members of Clan Visla?
Give me a sec.
Mm-hmm. While you're doing that, while you're figuring that out, I will let you know. So with Ilum set as their course, M3 guides you into hyperspace. Actually, you are first heading to Terrace because to get to the core worlds, you need to go through Terrace. So you are first heading to Terrace, and from there you'll probably be able to connect and make a jump to Ilum. Katra is fuming in the corner, now showing a lot of animation and mumbling something to the effect of backstabbing, two-faced sons of bitches. She is pissed. And Sifu is in shock. And the only person more in shock than Sifu is the young person sitting next to her in bright purple armor who now has his helmet off and is like, what did I just do?
I walk up and give him like a slap on the cheek. Nice job. And head upstairs.
I committed treason. I'm a treasonist. I'm a treasoner.
I turn around. You helped the Mandalore, so you are the only one who hasn't committed treason.
He nods kind of at that. Right. Yeah. My dad's gonna murder me.
And if I get to him first.
Sifu kind of glances at him. Anyone who wants to can make a difficulty 3 perception check.
Yeah.
Am I still the one flying the ship?
Yeah, well, M3 is now taken over, so if you want to step away, you can.
It's like I'd be like sweating, like, oh god,
Oh, my perception's better than I thought it was.
I fix these things that don't fly.
Damn it.
You notice very little. He's
But I heal 2 strain, which is good because I'm really close to my cap.
That's good. Does anyone else want to try to make a perception check?
Sure, why not?
Go for it.
I see what mine is.
Difficulty is 3 purple.
Yeah, no. 2 green for me. Nope.
Galvin succeeds. Galvin, take a strain. You come out to see Katra pacing back and forth, livid. Raven trying to figure out what the hell she's supposed to say to the remainder of Clan Visla. Stumpaka looking a little bit bewildered. No, Stumpaka actually looks quite sagely in this moment, as if he's trying to think of some bullshit to say. Anaris is also attempting to calm his mind and meditate. Jorah, who you've only met the one time, is sitting there, like, also freaking out a little bit. And you happen to notice with your 3 successes, Sifu glance in his direction and blush a little bit.
Oh.
And this is where you get the strain from Galvin. As you come in, I look you dead in the face, go, who the fuck is flying my ship?
M3?
And I just storm off upstairs to the cockpit.
M3 glances over. M4 is sitting in the co-pilot seat now. Query. Statement. Welcome, Song Visla.
Get out of my chair.
Query. Did I do a good job?
He just hears the cocking of the gun. It probably doesn't cock. Whatever the equivalent of that for a disruptor pistol would be.
Yeah, like the word.
The powering up of it, yeah.
He stands up. Statement. I have decided to go downstairs. M4 glances over like, I'm so glad I'm a better model. M4 looks to you, Song. I hate all of you. I want you to know that.
The feeling's mutual.
Good. Hate is a powerful ally. I mean, it's a Sith robot. What do you want? Yeah. So you are making your way towards Terrace.
Make up my way.
Make my way. Raven, have you decided what you want to say?
More or less, yeah.
Go ahead. You may relay your message to any member of Clan Visla.
I didn't think if I should start it. Everyone knows who she is, so it'll just be...
Yeah, you don't have to introduce yourself.
Yeah, the other clans leaders have committed mass treason and refused to issue a... Shit, I had words for this. Singular challenge. That's what the words were.
Mm-hmm.
If any of you are still willing to follow me, I'm going to end this war.
And now we are going to learn what it means for you to have completed your side quest. Because you did. Over your time, you managed to complete all 5 steps of it. And
I thought I was on like step 3.
No, you completed all 5. The 5th stage was dealing with Jorah. So, I thought that would be the greatest task I could possibly give you.
You know, you're not wrong.
So it takes a while, Raven. It's actually, you've been in hyperspace now for a few days before you get any kind of response to that message. But a response does come through at some point. It is the symbol of a wolf howling on a field of gray.
Mother like daughter, I suppose.
Apparently, Grey Wolf has heard your call. And that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Still a little bit in shock here.
A lot happened.
We
Yeah.
could have taken them.
Yeah, I'm sad we didn't get to murder them all.
I mean, you could have taken them, but they would have eventually, enough would have shown up to kill you.
I mean, we could have at least taken out the clan leaders, so the next ones in line would have thought twice about treason.
Yeah.
I would be very interested to see how the fight goes. Like, I don't have them statted out, but I know who I would pick to represent their stats. It'd be a tough fight. Like,
well, Galvin and M3 would have hopefully taken out one or two with the ship's cannons.
well, the ship's cannons would have made quick work of everyone on that platform, I feel like, yes.
Yeah, so what's the problem?
Yeah, Raven was definitely looking at that going, okay, I'm not going to make Copper's mistake of 2 in a row.
The problem is, once I start letting you shoot at them, then I have to have the planetary defenses blow the Razorback out of the sky, and I'm like, that's not going to be fun for anybody.
Do you,
so.
though? Because that's Mandalore.
Yeah, I mean, what you need to understand is they're deposing Raven. They have the people they need to do so. This is not just the 12 of them have made the decision. This is their clans are all backing them.
Don't worry, we'll Isla the Hut them when we get back.
There we go. There you go. Okay, everyone may take 25 experience points.